What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Fly, Eagles, fly. Don't go for it on fourth down at home when you got all the momentum. Let's go. This ain't the fuck like he wants this game because he stinks.
Oh shit!
It's gone.
Right here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, everybody. Jimmy G out here running around like he's Lamar Jackson or something against our defense. This is A2D Radio. This is Eagles, Niners, live reactions. We'll take you into a post-game show as well. Might not have an agree to disagree tonight, so this was a little curveball thrown together just in case we can't all get together. One guy's flying away, one guy's not feeling well, and then you're just left with two. So you know what? We'll see if Uncle Sweeps comes on with us in a little bit here. But welcome in, everybody. Let's talk about it. We're brought to you by our doc. Make them yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Jake Friel, Ryan Brotto, I'm Tom Arnone. We're going to break down this game, obviously what happened in the first half a little bit. We'll talk about, finish off the fourth quarter and live reactions, take you into a post game, circle the NFL, talk about whatever you want to talk about, get things off your chest if you need to. If you're giddy, then let us know you're giddy. Okay. And we'll talk we got to get right into the main crux right before the game's over. And that's brought to you by, and our poll question is brought to you by Manscaped. You can use 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Take care of head to toe. Use the promo code FAM. Use it. And really, I mean, enjoy the free shipping too, because that's a huge win. Our poll question: the Eagles will win today. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Be great today. Okay? Be smarter than Nick Sirianni. Fuck with an algorithm. Pound the like. Hit a subscribe. Come talk to us. I mean, obviously, this drive means everything. It seems like in a football game like this. I just think everybody else is probably gonna disagree. So I'll just agree that something happens. Maybe they make a big play right now on defense. Something. I don't know. Something. He might go to the house. House. Wow. Okay.
I think you set that at the
I'm still going to agree. They're going to figure out a way to win a football game today. I mean, you can't have a 91-yard catch and one that not turn into a touchdown of some sort, or points, because all the momentum was on your side as a football team. You got to realize the type of football game you're in. It was a dogfight at the time and still is. And you got a chance to go up 6-0. I think we're going to look back and say that's the turning point of this football game. But I'm still going to agree. Maybe figure out a way to win it. Maybe score some points here late because this offense just hasn't been able to put together drives. It's been like a play here, play there. Just not good enough. Not good enough. I don't expect you to score 30-plus points a week, but I sure as heck expect you to have more than 3 in this football game. And, I don't want to blame it all on the coach, but when you got a chance to go for 3 and go up 6-0 going in the half, I think that's really important, the momentum. It really is. And you get the ball at half too, right? Like situational football right there. Not trying to crush a guy, but let's not try to be Doug right away. Okay? Let's try not to be Doug right away. So I'll agree they figure out a way to win this football game. What do you guys say?
Go ahead, Jake.
Well, depending on – hold on.
Get him.
Shovel pit. Okay, he dropped it.
We got to get off the field. We got to get off the field right now. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Get off the football field.
This is a huge third down right here.
This is the game right here. This is the game.
Yeah,
right
this
here.
literally is the game right here. I'll give my answer once this play happens, because this is huge. This is, like you said, this is the game right here.
I do agree, Tom, and we were on the phone.
Close to it.
We were on the phone at the time, and both of our reactions was, okay, like, I get you trying to take the points and really step on throats, but at home, especially when you lose one of your linemen, you got to take the points there. It was a great play with obviously Hurts and Quez. But can we not do the Philly special in 2021, especially in that situation, please? Like, I get it. Like, it's the Philly special, OMG, but can we stop?
We get pressure right now.
Speaking of stops, we got to stop right now.
No pressure. No.
No.
That's a trip over the feet. That's tripping over the feet. Pick the flags up.
That's a complete bailout.
I need to see that again.
At least that's what it looked like.
He held his waist. They'll call that every time.
He sold the hell out of it.
Yeah.
That wasn't necessary there, Anthony.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, I disagree. I disagree. Vehemently. I was going to disagree regardless, Tom, because, again, this seems at the moment, again, I can't wait if there's a slight chance that I'm wrong. It just seems like one of those games, week 2, an easy, winnable game in the moment. You're dominating for a majority of the first half. Is he in?
He's in, yeah.
Damn it. You're in your majority of that first half, you're dominating, and you just find a way to lose a football game based off of missed opportunities in the first half, and your defense is just gassed. I mean, you have a 9.5 minute drive right there, it seems like, for the 49ers.
Close to it.
So I disagree. A little week 2 panic. Could have been feeling really good, 2-0, going obviously next week against the Dallas team that's banged up 49ers team. I know a lot of people are going to blame the defense off of this drive, but you can't come into the fourth quarter only scoring 3 points at home. You can't. With the opportunities we had, you just can't.
No,
with how banged up they are.
You're not going against the 85 Bears. You're not. It's a very good defense, but it's not like, it's not a defense that you can't move the ball on at all, right? And it's not like we haven't moved the ball, but if you look at it, I mean, you don't want to take anything out, but you take a 91-yard play out of this football game, you really didn't move the ball offensively at all. In reality, I'm not taking things off the board, but you take it off because you didn't score, essentially, right? So you take the 91-yard play out of the game from Quez. What do you got? You got 61 yards passing or 59? Something like that? Come on, an NFL game? I mean, I want to sit here and I want to hope that this guy's my franchise quarterback, right? I want to hope those things. 59 yards, you take out the 91, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. Who are you going against? You get a secondary we talked about all beat up. They're all banged up in the secondary, and you can't move the ball.
Real conservative game plan to start, right? And it's ironic because everybody in the city begs for the run. Oh, give it to Miles. But at the beginning of the football game, when, to your point, Tom, you would have thought, hey, real quick. If you're going to play that game, then you're missionary and you kick field goals in. If you're looking to play those types of games, time and possession games, run the football type game, right? Then you're gonna take what's in front of you, right? And you're gonna rely a lot on your defense to get stops in. Okay, you can't have it both ways. I got no time for the shitty play call there, and the fact that you're not just understanding the situation you're in, and the second thing is concerning right now at the quarterback position. I don't care about him running around. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe maybe one play by Zach Ertz, one play by Dallas Goedert, to where we thought, okay, and listen, we know 49ers have a better defense than Atlanta, but they're also banged up, especially in the linebacking position, especially in the secondary. Haven't been able to get our tight ends involved like we should. Haven't been able, like we've gone to Devontae, just not able to really convert. They've been double teaming him a couple times. But like I said, early in that football game, when you say, okay, let's take advantage of the banged up secondary, you look at it and it's like, okay, it's the same old, same old. And again, if you're going to go with what the defense gives you, then you take the points. You take the points there in multiple situations.
Yeah. And like it's such like a simple like it's right out in front of you, right? Because I'm just looking on Twitter right now because I had to get this other cornerback's last name. Both of the 49ers starting corners are out. You have Josh Norman, who doesn't look like he's actually been able to run in like 3-4 years. And then you have rookie, I'm going to butcher this name.
Lenore. Diamadu Lenore.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And you have a rookie and you have a rookie quarterback out there. And I get like our receivers are young and our team's young and whatever, but you should be bullying the secondary right now.
Yeah.
And for the most part, our offensive line's done relatively well for the most part. So there's no excuse in my opinion.
Are we still looking at this damn play?
Yep, I was just going to ask that.
And for I know there's some comments.
The arm. He doesn't have the. I don't think Jalen Hurts has the arm talent. And bear with me on this to bring you back in a football game like this. I don't know. I need to be proven wrong with that still, right? Like I really love the way he played in week 1. Obviously, how can you not, right? And you expect them to go through growing pains. I get it, right? I truly get it. But like, I need more.
Yeah.
I need more.
He flashed it a little bit, and this is going back obviously to last season, but he flashed it against Arizona when he kind of put the team on his back in the second half, and he gave him a really good chance to win. But to your point, Tom, he doesn't have numerous situations. Yeah, I mean, that was just delaying the inevitable. Numerous situations where he's led the team on his back. And again, it's a young career. So again, like that's not rocket science, but we have to see something, at least in this game, that we haven't seen.
Yeah, it's not even put a team on your back either. It's just go on drives.
Mm-hmm.
Be consistent. Distribute the football. I mean, I didn't see any of this today. Like of that.
No,
I didn't see him like really reading his reads like I thought he did in week 1. Right. Mm-hmm. I see a guy who looks regressed from week 1. Obviously, not just from the stats, from what I'm just watching him in the pocket. And then 2, he can't make up for not being on time. That's the key. It's not like the guy's got a puss arm. I'm telling you, he's not got a strong enough arm like some of the really good quarterbacks in this league to say, okay, did he miss that? To say, okay, right, I'm late on something, but my arm strength is going to make up for it, and we're still going to convert that play. That's what's missing for me. Right? That's what's missing.
We saw it. Yeah, we saw it earlier in the first quarter, Tom. I don't know if you were watching the game yet, but the deep ball that he had to Devontae Smith in the end zone, it was underthrown. I can attest to that. That ball was underthrown in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. So you're definitely right in the fact that he definitely doesn't have the arm some of these upper echelon type of quarterbacks have, but
and it doesn't mean you can't be good enough with that.
Oh no, absolutely.
It just means you have to. You can't get away with some of the things you would get away with at college because you have to be on time at this level. You have to be. I don't care if Joe Schmo's playing the secondary if he's been in the NFL for a minute because it means he's a fucking phenomenal athlete, right? You know what I mean? He's a phenomenal athlete, whoever these guys are in the secondary, even if they're not the best, right? So you still got to be on time with stuff. And that's what's concerning. Like, if you got a concern today, right now, still 10 minutes to go, right? But if you have a concern, it's what we've seen from our quarterback today. At home, where you need to put up more points than this. Like, you can't have 3 points in this football game. If it's 14-10 right now, right, then you're like, okay, right, okay, you're in one of these games. But 3 at home, like the Niners are the greatest defense of all time, you got to move the football. I've not seen one drive. There's one drive you got the 3 out of. There's the other one where you got blocked, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, but you haven't finished any drives. And even that field goal was from what, 47 it was going to be from? On the block?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so it's not like it's a chip shot either. It's a deep field goal because you're not finishing drives. You're not converting on third downs, right? That's the big thing. So let's see.
Great protection. Here we go again.
Underthrown. Yeah,
that's blatantly underthrown.
That's not elite arm talent. That's not going to get it done at this level. I'm just telling you guys. I know last week I was giddy on him too, right? But you're seeing some things. You're seeing some things that are concerning. You got to throw that ball out there. If that ball's thrown out there, that might be a touchdown.
Oh, it's up. Yeah. Yeah, see, he has to go back for it, regress to go back for it. Yeah, no.
Bad ball. It's a bad ball.
Yep.
I mean, he's got a lot to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And you really need a drive right now, and you're smelling a 3 and out.
Don't throw it to Miles. Don't do that.
Well, there's the tight end.
There you go, Dallas.
Well, that's the only way you can freaking throw.
Yep.
You've done a complete 180 on this guy.
I'm just not happy with today. I'm not happy with a lot of things. Everybody wanted fucking change, and that's fine. I'm not saying I wasn't. I'm not up for change. But today bothers me because I told you what the talent of this football team has the capabilities of being. And you got to get wins when wins are in front of you. And a game you should be able to win, and you have momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The getting cute for it on 4th down there bothers me. And the arm strength right now.
Great protection again. Throw it away.
Oh, my God.
Oh! Wait up.
And Miles dropped it. Miles, how bad do you stink? I mean, it fell in your lap. Fell in your lap. What a joke. What are you throwing that football for, dude? This is the problem
there.
This is the problem. You don't got this zip to zip this baby in.
Wow.
Oh, my God, Miles. Oh, my God.
It's right in his hands.
Oh, my God.
Going deep again?
Receivers right now. Yeah, just go. There you go. Just
go die if you have to. You know what I mean? They just go run and get smoked all around.
Yeah.
So, like, are the receivers that bad? Like, I need to see down the field here. Well, that's it.
Oof.
That was a good route, though.
Yeah. Rieger's wide open.
Yeah. Well, he went out the other way.
He was staring down Devontae and didn't really look anywhere else.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever needed a drive for a touchdown, here it is.
Yeah.
Maybe shut me up, but right now I don't like the way I just don't like some of the way I see things.
Jesus Christ.
Everything changed once Brooks went out. That's the thing. And that's not taking
Landon Dickerson
away from anybody
play there. I mean, it's not like we're not putting Joe Schmo in. I mean,
no. Yeah.
Well, now this game's over. So
yeah,
it was a fun week 1. It was exciting, and then I think we're obviously back down the reality here, boys, and for a week, and everything can change. Everything can change Monday. That won't stay in, that. Yeah.
Nope.
Everything can change Monday. With a win over the Cowboys, and not saying they can't, right? Not saying they can't. I put a lot of this one on the head football coach today. I really do. I hate to do that because I'm a players play guy, but this is right on him. This is right on you, Nick Sirianni. Okay, because you're in a tough football game. You take the points and go to halftime with a lead instead of the opposite way around. And you got bent over and welcome to the NFL as a head coach on that. Because then a team goes 90-something yards on your ass because all the momentum shifts because they get a stop on 4th down. When the momentum stays with you if you kick the 3. Right? The momentum then stays with you. It's a 6-0 game. A 6-0 game. You take the 7 off the board. Is this game not different? Maybe it's a 7-6 football game right now, guys. That's the difference, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe it's a 7-6 football game instead of this way. All because you want to be the smartest guy in the room. Instead of just saying, you know what? We're in a dogfight. Get the 3 in. Let's go. And no, I don't want to learn lessons learned, Pete, and everybody else. I don't want to learn lessons learned. No, No, absolutely freaking not. Because there's feel and then there's lessons learned. Right? Lessons learned come with certain play calls. What I'm going to eat before the game. Lesson learned. Right? I don't got to take a shit at halftime. Lessons learned are those types of things. Not the feel of how a football game's going. Not a 3-0 game that's a fight. And you got chances. You know what? Okay, we didn't get it on third down. All right, let's just settle for 3, go up 6-0, keep the momentum.
Yep.
No. So you don't get it on fourth, they go 90+ on your ass. Who's your offense? The greatest show on turf? You think you're gonna be down there 100 times? Not the way this game was going. You weren't gonna be down there 100 times.
Are people already saying they're out? Like, are we doing this? Like, I get it, it's a bad loss. If you know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like a bad loss.
This quarterback isn't good enough right now. Like, this is a regression. We watched a regression from a head football coach and a quarterback, in a way, right? And the regression of the quarterback is if he's not on time, good luck. Good luck. He's underthrown how many deep balls? How many deep balls? You got to be able to spin it, baby. You got to put it out there.
So are you deducting wins now? Is this like a deduct win game?
No, I don't know where I'm at right now. I'm just
if he's not good enough to in that category, if he's not good enough, then we get into 11 wins, 10 wins.
I don't know. I got to see Monday. I got to see more. I got to see you figure it out and you be more on time. Week 1, he was on time with his throws. That's why he looked good, and we talked about that. Mm-hmm. Okay, but now if you come out week 2 and you're jumpy in the pocket, you're not feeling decisive on what you're seeing, you don't have to be 6'4" and rip it like Josh Allen to be successful in this league. You don't have to be, but you sure as hell need to be on time then. That's my point. So I'm not out on this football team. I'm not out on them being able to win 10 games. I'm upset from what I saw. Like, I expected him to not play at the level he played at week 1, but continue to show the improvement in the pocket and not the opposite. And falling back on some things. That's all. If you're just breaking the game down, what else are we going to fucking talk about? You know what I mean? You know, nothing else to talk about, but scoring 3 points.
Yeah.
And they're going to run it down our throat now.
Yep.
I just think it comes down to game plan, really. I just do. I just think throughout this entire game, we did not take what the defense gave us at all. It was a little bit more hero ball. It was, okay, let's stretch down the field. And listen, when you take your shots, it works, obviously, with the Quez Watkins play. There's a couple balls that you could argue, okay, Devontae almost had it there and there, but it didn't look anything like last week. And again, maybe that's just because the 49ers defense is way better than the Falcons or vice versa or whatever. But it's that last week, it was very easy when you looked at, okay, the defense is allowing this, take it. Take your points here. And listen, last week, they went for it a couple of times, and we were like, you know what I'm saying? But I hear the frustrations. I hear the frustrations with the quarterback and the coach, and I'm not happy with either of them, so don't think like I'm happy about this. It was just these are one of those weeks in the beginning of the year where it's going to be an up, down, up, down. It was going to be a kind of roller coaster ride. Oh, get the ball. Get the ball. Get the ball. Damn.
Oh, my God.
Well, that was the game right there. That could have been it. You had a situation where you could have not stolen one here, but you could have gone 2-0, feeling really good, especially going into next week against a division opponent, and really stamping out a really good start to the year.
Yeah, and it's not over, right, by any stretch. Like, they can, I'll let you know how I feel about Dallas week, as we get in the next week. You know what I mean? And when this game's officially over, but it's not over by any stretch. No. So that's not what I'm calling it. I'm calling it how I see it week to week with the unknowns, right? Head football coach, quarterback. They're my unknowns.
What?
What's the unnecessary roughness call? This game's now over.
Oh, there we go. Barnett.
Eric Barnett.
That's like he's like king of unnecessary roughness.
Where is it?
Top left of the screen.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Reggie, what are we doing, Reggie?
Yeah, so he was Reggie White. I mean, it's just.
I'd cut him today.
Well, listen, it's the same things, right? The defense, some of the same issues. You haven't taken the football away in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
There was no turnovers today, correct?
No, I mean, Anthony Harris had one right in his hands and he missed it.
The point is, there's no turnovers again. So it's 2 weeks, no turnovers. So that's concerning when you talk about the defensive side of the football. You got to take the football away in this league, especially when you're not playing an elite offense.
Jeez, I mean, the season.
Oh, ball.
He was down. He was down.
Go to house.
Just hang on to the damn football, please.
What's the flag?
I keep.
Oh, my God. It's going to be helmet to helmet. Oh, my God. Wow. What a joke. What's the call? What's the fucking call? Why is it always gonna be a flag? Everybody's got to let everybody know they're in the game today.
Yeah.
Hey, I reffed. If you didn't see me, the 1 o'clock slot.
I think either way he was down.
I don't know if he was down or not. That was just
I don't know.
Yeah, that was like bang. That was helmet. I thought it was helmet on football. Maybe it was helmet on helmet. I don't know.
Was that Sermon?
Yeah. First touch, dead.
Greg said possibly paralyzed.
No, really. All jokes aside.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good for him.
No,
it does not.
But what the hell happened? Personal foul.
Defense.
2 personal fouls on 2 fumbles. 2 fumbles, 2 personal fouls. So we still can't take the football away because we can't get out of our own goddamn way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was telling in a lot of different aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And really, you're talking about.
I just don't get these comments, man. Like, another depressing season out on this football team. Need 2 veteran receivers today. Like, these are the same people that were saying last week that we had like 3 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, I'm not like.
No, this isn't you, Tom.
No, I'm responding to the people. Like, I'm not out on the season. Like some of you guys are. But it is depressing because it's a home opener and it's a game you should win. What?
So, little update. This impacts possible draft implications or draft pick implications. Carson Wentz hobbling. Jacob Eason warming up for the Indianapolis Colts.
So
I don't care about that pick.
Tua down and now Wentz down.
Well, Tua being down is the big one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that pick, if they don't have a quarterback, that pick can be really high. And then there's your quarterback. So, listen, the time's his. The time's his. I can't have 10 for 21 in the National Football League. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I got to throw the football in a league that throws the damn football. I got to be able to spin it. 10 for 21 in fucking 32 degrees is a different story from 10 to 21 when it's 90 out. Okay? Mm-hmm. When it's 90 out. I got to be able to throw more attempts than 21 in a football game. Okay? And 2, I got to complete way more than 10 balls. It's the National Football League. You don't throw the ball down the field and you can't. It becomes really tough in this league. It just does. He had a great week 1, regress week 2, Dallas week coming up. We'll see if he can get better and be good 2 out of 3 weeks, right? I mean, this is just
what's up, guys? Sorry.
What up, Wells? Hey, in terms of him, I'm not out on him, right? Because he's still my guy. But I'm calling how I see it. Today was a bad game. Really bad game.
Some good balls out of him today, though. Good balls on time. We fucked up awful red zone play calling today. Awful. Yep. Should have been up 17-0. You're up 3-0. That's when I knew we were going to lose the game right there. Bang. Mm-hmm. Soon as we ran that stupid fucking Philly play that is never going to work again ever. As soon as we ran that and it was 3-0 still, I said, well, we're going to lose this game. Guaranteed. So if I start coughing, I'm no longer the weather. I don't have COVID. Don't worry. Oh man. I just feel like we gave this game away. It's a game we could have easily had. Yeah, it's a terrible call.
Well, it's not. Yeah, but it's not like
it's a football play, man.
He's not leading with the crown either.
That's a
He's
joke.
going down. It's the NFL. Stairs for not for long if you run like that.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit call. Yeah. I hate the NFL. I mean, it's fine. It makes sense because it's the way the league's going, and it's another reason that I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Well, Wells, I already put it on the head football coach because bigger than all the 17-0, you had a chance to be up to 6-0 going in the half, getting the ball back. So you take the damn points and feel a game out. That's the biggest indictment on this football game, right? The other stuff is important too, but that's another indictment. Just take it. Take it. Right? Just take the freaking points.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I just don't want the play calling. It's just brutal, though, to me. You're on the 1 yard line, 1st and goal. Just hand it off 4 times in a row. Or QB sneaking 4 times in a row. Either one.
Listen, either one. And just feel the game out. Like everybody wanted a new mind in here, and there's one in here. And today's the first loss that I'll put on the football coach. Right? Like, okay. Like, I thought you had a great game plan week 1. I thought you had a shitty one week 2. Right? And I expect it, but, like, not this shitty. It's just, like, situational football. I felt like he was almost, I don't want to say overmatched, because you always want to, like, let your guys believe that you believe in them. But
I mean, even the people who had predicted a loss couldn't have expected them to only score 3 points at home. No way.
And everybody say run the ball. You got to listen. You got to be able to run the ball in that situation. Yes. The rest of
first and goal from the 1.
The rest of the day, you got to push it down the field. You have to be able to freaking throw 15, 20-yard balls on freaking boom, 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 boom. You have to. And if it's not boom, then it better be on time.
I mean, our guys have been covered though a lot, Tommy, on a lot of them balls. He hit 2 nice ones down the sideline. Obviously, Reagor stepped out of bounds on the one that would have been a touchy, and then the one to Quez where he got tackled to 5 right before we blew the fucking goal line was a great ball on time from our own too. Beautiful ball. Besides that, I mean, Devonta's been covered up a lot. It looks like our guys on short passes have been covered up a lot, and they've really taken away our tight ends, which is smart by them because that's kind of like, you would think the young guys' security blanket.
Well, dude, that's my point. He's got to be able to throw it.
They did a good. I didn't mean to cut you off. They did a good game plan by San Fran, and we shot ourselves in the foot. And I totally agree that it's on Sirianni and it's on Hurts, and this is what happens when you have a rookie coach and a young quarterback. That's what happens.
No, absolutely. I'm not saying I never expected it. I just, I expected not as much, in my opinion, as a regression today. I'm not saying he didn't have any good balls. You know what I mean? Like, he's an NFL caliber quarterback. Like, I would hope he have some. But the problem is when you're not confident in throwing the 15-yard out from the other hash mark, right? Like, teams can scheme you to hell up, right? So they're playing you. They're playing you to not go anything short, right? They're playing you to try to beat them over top, right? And then all your deep balls essentially were underthrown deep balls for the most part, right?
Except for the 2 that were on time. Well, that's the thing with him. He doesn't have a great arm. So he's going to have to be on time with deep balls because he's never going to just throw it 70 yards and have the guy run underneath it. It's never going to happen. So he's got to be on time.
No, and I'm not saying he doesn't have the arm strength to push it. I'm just saying he has the arm strength to push it when he's on time.
Yeah,
if that makes any bit of sense.
No, I mean, it does. You're right.
And this isn't a crushed Jalen Hurts party or Nick Sirianni. This is just calling a game how it is this week. Week 1, it was blowjobs and handies. It was blowies and handies for everybody. All right, and week 2,
rainbows and blowjobs.
I expect regression at times, okay, but I didn't like some of the things I saw today, and it doesn't mean that can't get fixed going into next week. Miss it. Of course,
miss it.
This guy fucking squeaks everything through.
Robbie Gould.
It's freaking shove. Ben is over, Robbie.
It's unreal. San Fran does this. Remember when fucking David Akers couldn't kick for like 2 years for us? Went to San Fran, he was fucking amazing again. And then Robbie Gould couldn't kick for like 2 years for Chicago. Goes to San Fran, fucking amazing again. It's unreal.
So that's I want to ask the family out there what's your 2 biggest outside of injuries, because obviously losing BG and Brooks, they're the 2 them two are big. Outside of injuries, what is your two biggest takeaway concern-wise after this football game?
I mean, we're a young team. I'm concerned about the fact that this is the kind of team we are. We're gonna have flashes and we're gonna play well at times, but there's gonna be a lot of times where we don't play well. And I mean, that's probably why we're gonna win like 7 games.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those games where you come out of it, and again, it's a week-to-week league, but, we were talking all week one that we're coming out of week one that, okay, if you win this football game, doesn't matter if you win by 20 or 2, then maybe, because, again, the first half of the schedule is brutal. It's a gauntlet. So if you win and you go 2-0 and then you handle your business 3-0, maybe you have hope that you can compete or maybe steal one against the Chiefs or the Buccaneers, for example. But this game, the way they've out-game planned you, when they're banged up, you know what I'm saying? And we're banged up, like you said, 2 linemen, that's crucial. Obviously, everything changed when those 2 went out. But it doesn't give you confidence looking ahead to the next 3-4 weeks saying, oh my God, you're struggling against a bad or at least a banged up, defense with the 49ers, a banged up overall 49ers team. What the hell is it going to look like when you face a Chiefs team that's better, Buccaneers that are better?
Well, it's the ebb and flow too. Like I don't know. They might go.
Yeah, and the Niners have better D than them, so we might look better offensively.
Yeah, so
we ain't gonna hold the other teams like we're holding them though.
No, that's the thing.
Like that's the thing. Like I don't know. Like week to week, he could have good weeks, bad weeks, offensively as a team. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Etc. Like again, this isn't the worst week of all time from Jalen Hurts either.
Gotta be all sides there, right?
Like I agree with. I put the majority of my blame on this football game on Nick Sirianni. Yep. Right. That's where I stamp at the head of the mountain per se on blame games. Jalen I saw some things I didn't like, but again there are some things he has done well. So it's not fully on him, and it's on a lot of things like Jalen Reagor. Like you just might fucking stink. You know what I mean? Like you just might not be good enough. Like you might not get open enough. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's still a lot of question marks that we came in having. They creep back in week 2, and to your point, against as a young football team, you expect something, right? You know what I mean? You expect some things to creep in, some regression
hit too. We'll take it.
Some regression creep in.
Terrible flag, but we'll take it.
Right? Regressions. You expect it. Is my point. Like throughout a season, with a young team, but your biggest question mark is always your response to your regression, right? We always talk about that, guys. Your response, well, Monday night's a great test, and we're going to find out more. And even the rest of this game's a great test, right? But you'll find out more coming. How do they come out if they do lose this game Monday night? How do you come out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
It's going to be real tough. It's tough right now, obviously, that you have a young head coach and you have a young team, like Wilson said earlier. Nick Sirianni clearly lost us this game. I mean, there's still time left, but realistically, we're not going to win this football game. And the defense, and I said it in preseason a couple weeks ago, to where the defense was a bit of a concern, and we saw that today. But again, when you're going against Kyle Shanahan, it's tough to scheme against. But again, we'll see. Still very, very early in the season.
I like Landon Dickerson in the game, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
I'm a fan of that
replacement if Brooks goes out. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, good to see that he's healthy enough to play. That's a good thing. But yeah, I mean, to me, I put it on Sirianni. I put it on a couple people here. I feel like,
that was a good ball.
That's a good catch.
That was a good ball.
In traffic, trusting, right? Trusting what you're seeing. That's what I'm asking from him. Trust what you see. Is he in here?
I mean, our young receivers haven't really showed up today.
Of course.
Christ almighty. Are we serious, guys? Can we get out of our own way?
Do we fall?
Unless it's on them.
That's great. That's probably on us how fast it came out.
Oh, it was as soon as the ball was snapped, the flag was already up in the air.
Unless
touchy.
Okay.
Oh no, they were off. Okay, beautiful.
Now, in reality, should be 17-13.
Well, we don't have any timeouts, which also isn't cool. So,
you
you really
stop.
You almost have to onside.
Doug would
Yeah.
crush for this right now with no timeouts. Andy, I just remind people
4
like
minutes
Andy
left,
Doug
no timeouts.
smoked it.
4 minutes left, no timeouts.
Woo! What are you using them all on, Nick?
Where are they? Where'd they go?
Where'd they go?
I mean, listen. Like I said, young coach, young team. With 4 minutes left, you got to have 2 timeouts in the second half. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I don't care what you're doing.
By the way, Donovan, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, he's hurt. I know Baker got hurt at one point. He came back. Dalton got hurt at one point. He came back.
They go for
and
2.
obviously Tua.
What are you
They
doing?
go for 2.
Yep.
Do we not learn our friggin' lesson?
No. What is this play call?
Whatever.
Okay, it worked. Cool.
I'm still annoyed by it.
So am
by it.
I. I don't like it, but
I'll take it.
yeah, I'll take it. I don't like it.
It's the new NFL. They always say like, "Oh, when you're down 8, go for 2 to make it 6." Like, why? I don't get it. But that doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly, Wills. Because if you
then you still got to go for 2. Yeah, you got to go for 2 if you score a touchdown. Then it's like fucking. To me, it's a little hard to make the 2.
Yes,
a little harder than the extra point. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. But now if we score and win, I'm a fan of it.
See, you know what that tells me? You know what that tells me?
But now it tells me we're going to find something out about this defense too, because you expect run, right?
Yeah.
Can you get off the field?
They're probably running twice and throw it. You got to get off the field. You got to cover Debo
Samuel.
Samuel.
When you know it's coming. We gave Jonathan Gannon a lot of credit week 1 for his adjustments at halftime, right? Hey, we'll love to give him credit for a 3-and-out right now.
Will, so you know what that tells me, honestly? And again, if they somehow win this game, I'll shut my mouth and I'll eat crow about it. But in the short term, that shows me that the coach did not learn his lesson from the first half in going for 2 there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to force the issue.
Yeah, listen, if you want to go for
you go for 2 there if you kick the field goal in the first half and make it a 3-point game, then you go for 2. But
Greg Ward had before Philly special, right? So you're putting a guy who teams know can throw in the game. Like, I mean, it just one way or the other. Either just go for it, put in your quarterback's hands there, right on 4th down. All right, like put it in your quarterback's hands, or just kick the field goal. One or the other. If you're going to go for 2, if you're going to go for the touchdown, fine. You want to be an aggressive cat? I never yell at guys for being aggressive. It's the play call, and then I add on the situation. It's a 3-0 game. You have the momentum. Just keep it. Keep it. Instead of trying to nail Coffin, just keep it.
And then San Fran goes right down and scores, takes all the momentum.
Yeah. Bang over. Lube up.
I mean, I think I texted you, Tom, when it happened. I said, we're going to lose this game. It was still 3-0. I said, we're going to lose this game. You can almost guarantee it.
Now can you stop the run?
Is he lined up both sides?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, Barnett was close. I thought he was pulling a friggin', what was that, D Ford?
All right.
My God.
Got one.
Barnett died on that.
Imagine if they came back and won this game, though.
I would have loved it.
Yeah, it'd be awesome. It'll change our opinions real quick.
Yeah.
But, I mean, listen, they're battling. I do say I think our D-line has looked really good through a game in 3 quarters.
I hate to lose Brandon Graham.
4/5. Oh, yeah, no, that's obviously not good. But our D tackles have looked really good. There's no one running up the middle against us, which is great to see.
Oh, now comes a 20-yard gash.
Okay, well, if that happens, I'm just going to log off.
Yep, I would get out of here.
The C's are about to part. The C's are about to part in a second.
As long as it's not down the middle, I'll be okay with it.
Or they're throwing. First
they are going to throw. Wow.
Sticks. We're playing sticks.
Jesus God.
He's short.
I'm a little pressure, though. I'm a little pressure right now. Make him back throw something. Back foot.
He's throwing to Kyle Juszczyk.
Get off this guy. Get that guy off the screen.
I would love to time out
I'm also going to need you to comment because you seem to be ahead of me somehow. Usually it's the other way around.
Right, who wants to make a play? Who wants to get you off the field?
Well, I mean, that's a huge play because it's pretty much ball game if you don't make a play.
Not necessarily, but close to it because you do have the 2
minutes. Their guy being down in the field helps us.
A drink of water.
Mike says Jim Schwartz sighting.
So we have a head coach that's trying to be like Doug and a defensive corner that's trying to be like Jim.
He just probably didn't expect the throw there on 2nd down. Smart play call by the Niners.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it on 2nd, run it on 3rd. Probably what they're going to do here, I would assume.
Oh, we got to turn
so
that.
You got to stop him in the back.
Looked like a little bit of a turned ankle there.
A little bit.
Does anyone know what the Wentz injury was, by the way?
No, I did see. I saw that he was throwing the ball well today, but I did not see the injury.
Let's see. Bleacher Report says Colts quarterback suffers an apparent injury and gets replaced by Jacob Eason. There's no specific update yet.
What was that? It was 24-all when that happened, I guess. I saw they tied it.
Oh, did they tie it? Let's see.
I mean, technically, with him, it can be
know.
anything.
I'm on my phone, so I can't see it.
I'll tell you in a sec.
Well, I could change the red zone and find out, but I want to keep this on.
Why would you want to keep this on?
It's 27-24 Rams with 24 seconds left.
Okay, so Rams went down and scored, got a field goal after that.
Yeah.
Tough fought game, as expected there.
He was injured in the fourth quarter. Yep, says that. Injured in the fourth quarter. Typical Carson. That's why we got rid of him. I mean, listen, if you can't be on the field, the best ability is availability. Everybody
I'm good with I'm good with him not being here anymore. I'm over it. You know what I mean? I'm over even talking about him. Like the pick's either going to be a first or second rounder. Either way, it's a pick coming to us. Worry about the Dolphins pick, people. You want to worry about a pick. Worry about the Dolphins not being good enough. You gonna sneak it? Yeah. Oh, all sides. All sides. Throw the fucking flag. Throw the flag. Throw the flag. It's all sides. It's all sides. Are you kidding me? It's a full start. What a fucking joke that is.
Can they go back and challenge that?
Full start.
It's still outside of 2 minutes, so I think so.
Are you able to challenge that a guy false started?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
There's also delay a game, too.
Yeah, well, that one's tricky because I think the guy usually checks to see it 0, and then he looks to see if the ball snapped. So you get like an extra second almost. But I feel like a false start's obvious, though. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I felt like I saw a false start there.
I mean, I'm kind of with you. I mean, also had you screaming it before the play started, so I was kind of looking for it. But well, it's a ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard Tua got injured, guys, and that really.
Oh yeah, that was early on too.
That really opens that pick up for whatever you want to go with, right? Like if that's a QB, if that's a corner, I don't know, you know what I mean? Whatever, but it just opens that pick up to be potential, right? A top 5 pick, top 5.
Yeah.
Depending, like I mean, Miami still has a good defense, but I knew they have 1 win, but no 2. And nobody to back them up. I think they're in trouble.
They got Jacoby.
Not a percent guy, Tom. You're not.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it. But
I mean, they'll probably beat the Jets with him, but
probably. I mean, there's
going to be tough versus New England and Buff with them.
Wilson threw what? 4 picks today?
4 interceptions for.
That's what New England does. The rookie QBs.
And Christian McCaffrey went to the locker room also.
By the way, they're bringing back the flip phone. Apparently,
I saw. You see that?
Fucking real.
Jets fans are probably squirming all around, too, because Darnold played semi decent today.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Darnold. I mean, I've always liked Sam a little bit, Tom. You know that, so I'm not going to say a word.
Yeah, I didn't. So.
They're making the playoffs, Wilson. They're making the playoffs.
I think that Carolina has a good deal. I think that Sam, if he plays within himself, could be a good quarterback. The Jets are a wasteland. They're a barren wasteland for QBs. You can't look at any QB that plays there.
We gave this football game away.
Absolutely, we gave this football game away. Should have been 17-0 at half.
I hate the hit. We lost to a better football team. Like, no, we didn't. Not necessarily. Like, who were the Niners?
They didn't play like that in the first half.
Jimmy Garoppolo. You can beat this team at home. They had to fly from they go east, home, back out east again for a 1 o'clocker. Okay? Grow up, Peter Pans. It ain't that better.
I think they actually stayed, which is crazy.
Well, what?
I think they stayed East Coast.
What?
But I'm usually a big fan of that call, though.
West Virginia. They
when
were in
teams
West Virginia.
when teams go like back and forth, that's usually not a good thing for teams. Smart that they stayed actually for them. Fuck them, but smart. This is a kneeling situation, I assume, right? Ball game's over. Yeah. I'd like to know why we wasted all our timeouts with still 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It was
that last San Francisco drive. He called all 3 timeouts in that last drive.
That just tells me it's a panic.
Too early to call timeouts.
Yep. Using all 3 timeouts like 4.5, 5 minutes to go. It's unnecessary.
Listen, the game is you get a 91-yard completion and you don't score.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not even that. After that, on 3rd and goal or 2nd and goal, you have a penalty in the end zone that puts the ball at the 1-yard line, 1st and goal, and you still don't score.
It's a bad look.
Yeah.
And I really
not a good look, that's for sure.
Well, if this game bothers me because I thought this game we should win. Because again, I got this team having that potential to compete for this division and win 10 games, right? So I gotta have.
It bothers you because you're looking for wins.
Yeah, I'm looking for wins. And to me, this was lackluster in situational football. And all I did with year after year with Andy Reid and Doug Peterson that this wasn't good enough. This wasn't good enough. You have no fucking timeouts, dude. None. What did you do with them all? This is a joke. A flat-out joke that you have no timeouts to stop the clock in the 4th quarter of a football game. Not even 2. I can see you using 1. You don't even have 2. You don't even have 1 to extend the football game. You have none. I mean, so situational football, he was overmatched today. And he wasn't overmatched because the guy on the other sideline is freaking Bill Belichick. He's overmatched because the in-game situations and feel and getting things in properly, right? Or decision making.
We also didn't move the ball enough. We didn't maintain control of the ball enough. Our defense was on the field too much. D looked great early on. It was worn down at the end of the game.
Mm-hmm. Well,
most of the shit we always talk about, you know? You got to complete passes. You can't just complete a 50-yarder and a 90-yarder.
Well, yeah, their offense doesn't scare me, bro. You know what I mean? The Niners' offense still doesn't scare me, nor should that. All right? I expected to put up more than 11 goddamn points, and they should have. That's the problem. That's the problem with this football game. They should have had more than 11.
Are the Eagles homosexual now? Supposedly the gay Eagles don't is what I was reading. I don't understand the gay throw in there.
Oh, I didn't.
It's 2021, bro. It'd be better. Come on.
Can't waste timeouts. Can't not convert from the 1-yard line. Can't.
Jameis Winston still stinks, so at least everything's right with the world.
Yeah, he had reverse LASIK this morning. I guess he can't see anymore.
He just reverted back to being Jameis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I understand growing pains, and I agree with Quentin. You know, there's going to be growing pain games, but it's not even about growing pains because I said it earlier in the show. Your feel in the game isn't something you learn from. Do you understand? Like any game I've ever coached in my life, I can never prepare for a feel moment. You cannot. There's no preparation for feel. There's not. So anybody out there that tells me there is, stop watching fucking sports, okay? And this is from this, okay, yeah, I know I don't coach it at a pro level. I get it. But I'm just talking about in-game moments is all about feel. And I'm talking about baseball, football, etc. It's a feel. It's feel. Right? And did we look at a coach today that had good feel in the moments?
No. And Jacob Hensler said something earlier. He was saying with the Niners offense that all they were doing was they were just doing little ticky-tack things. Well, yeah, they were doing what we did to the Falcons for the most part.
It's what the Niners do if you ever watch them play, though. Really.
Yeah, they
run the ball from a bunch of different sets, bunch of different motions, and they throw a ton of wide receiver screens. They have a bunch of wide receivers that make shit happen after the catch. Ayuk and Samuel.
They get their weapons open in open space. That's it. They get their guys open in space. And they took what the defense gave them. We did not.
They didn't do anything special. I mean, we averaged 6 yards per play. They averaged 4.5. We had 150 yards rushing. They had 117. They had 187 passing. We had 177. We out totaled them in yards 328 to 304. Right? If you look at third down efficiency for both teams was about the same. Fourth down efficiency, they were 1 for 1. We were 0 for 1. They ran 68 plays compared to our 55. Right? They didn't give up a sack. Yeah, some of the little things. They didn't have 8 penalties for 57 yards. Right? Which they won that battle, and then they won the time of possession 34-25. And that's the difference maker. You win time of possession, ends up being the difference maker in this football game, and then the fourth downs, right? Because overall, I mean, our third down conversions compared to theirs was about equal. So a lot of things were pretty equal in today's game. So what's the difference maker? Well, the difference maker is going to be your coaching in tight football games. Players got to make plays, but then it's hey, can we make the right play call and design the right play call to get it in from first and goal from the 1, second and goal from the 1, third and goal from the 1, and then what? The fourth and goal obviously was from the 1 too.
Yes.
Or did we go back?
No. It was like from the 3 or 4 because we had lost yardage at that point.
Of course,
and that's when we ran the Philly.
Yeah, and then we go to that bag of chips and say, you know what? We're going backwards. So we're not feeling good about this drive. Like in the moment, I'm saying as a football coach, I don't feel good about going for a fourth down. Anybody sitting at home there probably said to themselves, I don't like this. I don't like this. So that's called feel. That's not called preparation. That's called feel. And what Nick Sirianni didn't have was feel today. Because that's go up 6-0, continue to play a defensive football game like you are. Don't give them anything to say, okay, we got the momentum. And all a fourth and goal stop gets somebody from the 1, essentially, right? Because the goal line stands in the history of football. All that does for a team is spark them. For the years I've watched football, I can book you that team's now going 98, 97, and they're scoring. You can book it. Book it. So Nick Sirianni, Mr. Football Guru, I love the game. That's all well and good, rock, paper, scissors. But what's not okay is the lack of fucking feel. God damn it. I had to sit on these airways and hear about Super Bowl winning head coach, the only one who's ever won one in this city, and another guy in Andy, who all he did was win fucking football games. I heard these guys get smoked week in and week out. And for anybody who's been on A2D long enough, which all you guys have, you've heard it. And I got to deal with it week in and week out.
Every fucking smoking last year.
So
don't you start.
No.
Every
we're not talking
smoking
about,
he deserved last year.
Ryan, you're talking about 1 year. I'm not talking about last year. I'm talking about 2017. I heard it. In 2018, I heard it. In 2019, I heard it. Last year, he fucking stunk. But every other year, I heard it. I'm not saying his time wasn't up. I'm making the point that if those guys can get crushed, this dude needs to get smoked today. Smoked. Okay? Because there was no part of you that told me, Football Guru. Because Football Guru says, you know what? We're going backwards. Let's go up 6-0 before half. That's what Football Guru says. Fucking loser.
Not even to mention.
Go wear another T-shirt.
Not even to mention that I love the Philly play. We all love the Philly play. It's going to go down in history as one of the greatest plays in Super Bowl history. Let's fucking never run it again, please.
Yeah,
it's never going to work again for us. I never need to see it again, ever. It's never going to be better. Never run it again, please. Thank you. Don't ever run it again.
Especially with Greg friggin' Ward. I think that's the first time he's touched the ball all season, and then we're doing that.
Greg Ward was a QB in Houston. Still, Greg, when it's fourth down, you should try to tend to throw it inbounds.
Yeah.
Can't throw it away on fourth down.
Nothing good's coming from that. The Super Bowl, this is the difference, right? Feel. The Super Bowl, you're in a freaking greatest show on turf game with another team. Everybody's going up and down the field, right, Rye? Right, Jake? Right, Wells? Yep. So that game is a game where, you know what? I got to get 7. So that play call in that moment makes a ton of sense, okay? In this moment, they gained the complete opposite, and you just went backwards. So nothing's the same. The only thing that you can do in that moment is say, fuck, we didn't get 7. All right, go kick it. Let's go, boys. Let's keep the momentum on this side of the football field. And you did the opposite. So this game's on you, Nick Sirianni. So how many are you going to lose this year? And we weren't good enough offensively. That goes to my offensive-minded head football coach.
I started getting really worried about this football game.
He's going to get Jalen Reagor in space all the time. He's a better coach than Doug. It's on Doug that Jalen going to get open.
He had a nice ball and got open on the one day. Too bad he stepped the fuck out of bounds.
Yeah.
Fucking stinks.
I started getting really worried about this game on Friday when I heard 2 people on the dial already say that Nick Sirianni is a better head football coach than Doug Peterson ever was.
Yeah,
we're doing that in week 1.
Too. I heard that too.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I think Deontay Johnson for the Steelers just went down with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, he's down.
Holding his leg.
Yep.
Deontay Johnson fans, not something you want to see. Or owners, fantasy.
Like I said,
Raiders with a big win in Pittsburgh, though.
No, my mic was muted that whole time.
Win.
Right, I knew you were going to say something, but two things. That's the
First
two
off,
things.
who the hell said that, Ryan? I know before Tom goes, I know he's going to go, but who the hell would say that? That's why I can't. That's why I can't listen to talk. That's why I can't listen to the radio.
Do you want me to actually say? Do you want me to actually tell you who said it? Because I like him. Like I don't.
Oh,
hate
you
him.
know. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's hear it.
Who?
Cuz said it.
He slow down. He's been see what he does. See what happens with him is he gets Kool-Aid up, and it's fine. We all do, right? I thought I didn't say Nick Sirianni's better than Doug Peterson. I thought he had a hell of a week 1, right? I thought him and Jalen had a hell of a week 1. But this league's about putting weeks together, right? That's what this league's the difference of this league is. Week 2, they both regress big time to me. Big time. Big time. I don't care what anybody's got to say. They regressed. Now, Monday's going to be a big telling moment for these guys. And it's not over after 1 year, obviously, for Nick's sake. But, I don't know, man. You put your football team in chances to win football games.
Joseph, who's overreacting? Did we win just now? Who's overreacting?
No, see, this is it's not overreacting when you're calling things how you see. I'm not telling you the season's over, Joe. Nobody on this airway said this yet. So nobody said season's over. We're talking about what lost you a football game today. A quarterback that didn't look top 15 today, and a head football coach that looked like he didn't have a good feel.
So real quick, coming right from Derek Gunn, quote, "From what I'm told, Brandon Graham is done for the year. Achilles."
That's not good.
So that's one.
Well, I might have to go with these win totals down now. Because, now you're going to have – Brooks I can get away with because I got Landon there. I got Landon Dickerson there, but I can't get away with, too many things. Brandon
Tom
Brooks
was just waiting for somebody to drop so he can drop that win total.
Well, it's got to
be. I got to get this win total down. I got to get it down.
It's got to be down. If
we're
lose
a 7-win team with everyone healthy, Tom.
What?
We're a 7-win team with everyone healthy.
Well, I disagree with that.
Oh, okay.
But today
we'll have a feel one time.
Well, today
a lot of field talk. Let's have a feel one time.
I'm trying to tell you. Today tells me, they look more like a 7-win team today. Okay, last week they looked like an 11-win team, 10-win team. Wow. So this league, Wills. What's week 3 going to be? Because if you go down to Dallas and you can win a football game, right? Everybody's happy. You all know this. You don't get to win 2-0 with safety.
I don't think it's going to be real tough. I would love to see it win on Monday night. It's going to be.
Then this isn't the franchise quarterback then. Because the franchise quarterback wins that football game Monday night. So you all better start looking at draft boards then. It's that simple. If you don't come out and play well and looks like, you know what I'm saying? You got to score
points. We should be able to move the ball against Dallas, you would think, right?
And if you can't, then I got a problem.
Then there's problems. Yeah,
Houston, the great route runner Nick Sirianni. Jalen Rager can't get open, Nick. They can't get open. Your play calls aren't the fucking smartest guy in the room. Rock, paper, scissors. I got concerns. This fucking secondary stunk for the Niners, and this is a performance.
First off, you're also avoiding that your gold jacket guy didn't get open at all game today as well. So
how many times
as well? He got out physical all game. He got out physical all game.
Okay, all game.
He did. Call it like you see it. He did. Okay. He drew 2 penalties. I'll give him that. And I seen Chucks early on, Devonta dominating Norman. He had 2 catches, Chucks. Might want to put your glasses on.
Anytime somebody touched him, he didn't make a catch.
Hey, listen, I love Devonta Smith. He's got to get better at bump because guess what? Everyone's going to bump him now. Going to be bumped the whole career. Time.
Well,
oh, yeah? Has he? In the NFL?
He's been bumped by pretty good corners in college that are NFL corners. So.
Was he? Because he's always the number 2 or 3 at Alabama. So maybe he was bumped by the 3rd corner.
You claim Henry Ruggs was the best wide receiver at Alabama. So I would just stop.
Had a day to touch.
Yeah, okay.
I think he did.
All right, can I say fucking something about it?
No.
Part of both of these guys is they might be open, but I got a quarterback that I don't see going through his reads all the time. So the other thing is,
I don't disagree there.
Right, where they went to the video, so both you Mr. Physical and down there can slow your roll. Both of them were open. He just didn't throw the football. There's timing plays. So if you don't go boom, 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 that's the problem. Devontae Smith, yes, he's small. He can get out physical. Jalen Reagor, smaller guy, can get out physical by some bigger, stronger corners, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that neither one were getting open or running good routes.
He ran a great route on the defensive pass interference in the end zone before we didn't score to get the ball at the one.
Jalen Reagor. Jalen Reagor's in year 2. So year 2 equals progression. Progress. That's year 2. Year 1.
Yeah, I was feeling really good when he called the TD until he went to the replay.
Year 1, guys, of Devontae. Year 1 of Devontae, I expect ups and downs. That's part of being a rookie wide receiver.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, next week.
I totally agree. Listen, I'm not Alan Devontae. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying.
You've been going on a whole Jalen Reagor can't get open. He fucking stinks. Well, Devontae.
Well, it's 2 years of not getting open, Brian. It's 2 years of not getting open.
I mean,
so
it's a year in a game. It's a year in a game.
How much is on the quarterback and how much is on the wide receivers? That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I don't have that answer.
You have an agenda.
No, you would have to go back and watch it. What's my agenda? I want Jalen Hurts to be good.
Tommy's agenda is that you don't like Jalen Reagor. I mean, that's what that is.
Why would I not want him to be good?
I don't know. Or you could ask someone else that, but because I know you. That's how.
Well,
anybody else can say what they want. I know you.
I want him to
know you.
I want him to be good because he's on the Eagles. So I would like to have 2 wide receivers that I use.
You would think that.
I would like to have 2 wide receivers I use in the first round to be pimps.
I would hope that they're at least contributors.
I would enjoy it. But my point is, I expect Devontae to have games where he might only have 2 catches. But Jalen Reagor, I need 5, 6 a game from you, dude. I need like a constant pulse.
Well, but guess what? Every team now, I feel like most teams now are going to do this. We hit 2 pretty good deep balls today. Excuse me. While obviously one was called back for Jalen stepping out of bounds. But those were 2 balls that he threw on time, and they were really good throws. Now, after that, the other deep balls he threw weren't on time, and they were underthrown. And most teams, the Niners and probably most teams the rest of the year are going to play tight because they were tight all game. Everyone was up close, daring him to throw deep because everyone knows he doesn't have the greatest arm. So it's going to be something to learn from. And see, like you said, Tom, how does Sirianni attack this now? I would think maybe some more crossing patterns. I'd like some more crossing patterns.
Yeah, you got to almost put things in front of his face.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And force you almost have that play calls where you force the ball out of his hands, right?
True.
Like where it's not him being able to sit back there, because anytime he sits back there, he doesn't end up throwing the football. He ends up taking off then. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like, because the problem is at that point, his arm strength is not strong enough to then throw the football. Once he goes through his 4 reads, he can't go back to a first and zip it in.
That's a problem. It's tough for him to zip it in. Yes, I would agree.
That's the point. So it's fine and go run around, but I just need nothing was getting open in terms of like even when he escaped, he was just having the run because nobody was open. That's hard for me to believe that like nobody's open. All these first round wide receivers out there, nobody's open.
Mm-hmm.
All the money in tight ends, nobody's open. Okay. Because you can't blame this on the offensive line today. You know what I mean? You can't put it on that side of the football.
Both lines played well.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, who do you put it on? You put it on the quarterback for not getting the ball out of his hands. Like, guys, let's go off the one play we saw. Devontae's open on the left hash mark if you throw it on time, and Jalen Reagor was open on the right hash mark. Well,
if you throw it on time, big key, yeah.
Who are you looking for? Because if you're not really going through it and you're stuck on a guy, this isn't the development of quarterbacks. Because the good ones in this league figure out how to they process fast. Right? You got to process fast. I don't care if you had Drew Brees' arm strength last year. If you process fast, you can be good. That's it. So his arm strength means nothing to him being good. It's about.
Well, yeah.
Listen, throw it.
If you don't have the best arm, then you have to be on time. And like you said, you got to go through your reads and be on time. You can't be late because that's when you're in trouble. That's when you're in big trouble, especially in the NFL.
So, like, I'm not out on him being able to beat a guy because I'm a big response guy. So Monday night, we find out some things about him. right? We find out. And I think he has it in him. But now can you just trust yourself a little bit more? Sometimes these guys get too jacked up too, right? For games.
Yeah, and the stadium was rocky, so I'm sure he had a lot of adrenaline going. They were pumped up, but he threw some good balls early. We didn't capitalize to put any points on the board, and then it seemed like the second half, the Niners kind of took over.
I just think
the ball in the second half.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say, Tom. Like, to me, like, everyone could talk about, okay, the 16-play drive that the 49ers went on in the third, and that's not ideal, clearly, the third that went into the fourth.
10-minute. I think it was about 10-minute, yeah.
It felt like forever. It felt like forever. Not using our timeouts properly in the fourth. There's a lot of things that we did not do properly or do good at all in the second half that killed us. But I think you go back and look at this game, you lost this game in the first half. And I'm not even just talking about the decision to not, obviously kick the field goal, take the points, and then them going on the drive to end the half. It's that for the first quarter and for a portion of the second, you had a quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo and that entire offense. They looked scared to death. They looked scared to death. I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't communicate with his line. The receivers were dropping passes. Nobody looked like they were running routes. I mean, that team looked unprepared and they looked overwhelmed. And a lot of that was due to, obviously, the crowd. You didn't take advantage of that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go up 7 points, you weren't able to sustain anything. And for the beginning of that game on offense, you weren't able to do anything. So it's like, okay, well, it was a battle of the defense. You kept hearing that by the broadcasters. Battle of the defenses, battle of the defenses. Well, if you get off to a hot start or at least a better start than you did, well, then you're sustaining a feel to where then the 49ers have to come up and they bury themselves. You never really felt like, even though we dominated in the first half, you never ever felt like the 49ers buried themselves with the bad start. They were just hanging around. Well, we made a couple mistakes and they pounced.
Yeah, well, you had a chance to. And
hanging around.
And that's the thing, and that's just the feel. That's just the feel. Everybody says the play calling down the red zone was brutal. Yeah, I mean that's the thing we were talking about. I mean, number one blame for today's loss is obviously on the coach, and then we work our way from there. Right? I thought the defense, for the most part, besides two big long drives, one I think put on by your offense. Now it would be ideal for your defense, you're up 3-0 to get off the field there and not let them go the distance and still keep the momentum. But I put that on your coach for one, your play calling down there to not come away with anything, period, is a joke. And then the other one, the 15-play drive.
Sucks the life out of the stadium, Tommy.
Like what I said. But besides that, like I thought the defense overall played well today. And that's played well for 2 weeks in a row. So I think that's something you can hang your hat on a little bit, right, guys?
I'll tell you this, Tom.
And too many penalties, just like Matt's saying there. Too many penalties.
I think at the end of the day, and you're talking a lot about how we're going to find out a lot about this offense and the head coach going into week 3. But correct me if I'm wrong. You have a defense back-to-back weeks. They haven't given up any big plays. Not one. Mm-hmm. I think the biggest play we gave up was the Calvin Ridley 16-yard pass, and that was the first play of the season.
Mm-hmm. But when's the turnover game going to change?
Debo Samuel on that long drive.
Okay. There's
like a 35-yarder on the long drive right before half.
But your point's fine.
But he broke a bunch of tackles, and he's a good tackle breaker. I got to give it to him.
Yeah,
it wasn't like it was a long throw.
Mm-hmm.
We're tough on defense. But I don't think
absolutely, we look pretty tough on defense.
11 points, and that's the big takeaway. Like nobody in their right mind said, "Oh yeah, we're going to score 11 points today."
Well, and that's the biggest thing.
Well, you're not going to win games. You score 11 points.
No,
I mean that's just fact. That's just fact.
And that's the biggest thing with week 3 because that's all Dallas is big play, big play, over the top, big play. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to need to see that by the secondary to where you've solved it for the most part, other than like you said the Debo Samuel thing, which was to your point, it was mostly just yards after the catch.
Yeah,
that's where you're going to say, okay, well, going into week 3, you've done a good job of getting rid of the big plays over the top plays. Hopefully that continues. And also, I don't need Rodney McLeod to come back. I'm going to need him to show up, okay? We've gotten away with the Marcus Epps and the Kevon Wallace.
Kevon Wallace and Brian Dawkins? Shit.
Nope. Apparently not.
Oh, I heard.
But he went to Clemson, right?
I know.
It was drafted right around the same time.
He said he looked up to Brian Dawkins growing
just
up.
crazy.
So like it just makes
Us
sense.
that we don't have Reggie White and Brian Dawkins.
It's just crazy. I thought he had a viewer advisor too.
I will say this. And listen, it was a big season for Derek Barnett because obviously contract. But we talked about it when we heard about the Brandon Graham thing that, I guess Barnett would then become his replacement to where you have Sweat and Barnett as the two edges. I feel like we've been saying this for 3 years. Derek Barnett's got to grow the hell up. And I know it was just one play. I know people could say, in real time it's ticky tack. Can you stop being the king of the offside or the encroachment and the unnecessary roughness? Like, dude, if you're not going to lock in all years in a contract friggin' year, like Christ, like we know you're not a first round pick. Like we know that, okay? We know you haven't played up to that. But can you be an adult for 5 minutes, please?
I mean,
you're hurting your damn team.
He has two big plays. He has two big plays in his career, right? One's in the NFC title game and one's in the Super Bowl.
He's had a good 2 weeks. He's had a good 2 weeks. And that was my guy. Like, I was always battling with the people saying, like, Sweat's way better than Barnett. I'd be like, calm down.
Recovered the biggest fumble in Eagles history. You got to give him that.
Oh, yeah. No, listen, he had a good month.
It was a lot of right place, right time for that. But, I mean, hey.
But you got to admit, Wilson, I mean, this guy is he has not lived up to anything.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's always something with the guy, injury or stupid play here or missed coverage here or wide open sack that you had and you just let the freaking quarterback like a Matt Ryan or Jimmy G just walk past you.
Yeah, I mean, just hasn't been consistent, right? And that's a big thing, and stupid penalties and that. But like I said, the funny thing is I don't have a lot to say about our defense outside of starting next week. I got to start taking the football away because this is the same MO I've watched for the last 2 or 3 years here. I mean, you got to take the football away to win in this league. You got to win turnover battles. Well, if you don't take any away, if you don't ever take a football away, you can never win the battle. You can't win the battle without taking it away.
Lot of truth there. Also, watching Dallas Chargers just started, and
who's rooting for
Dallas? Rooting for Dallas today. Sounds weird, but because if they go 0-2 home on Monday night, that don't bode well for us. So let's go Dallas. Let's go Dallas.
I think that bodes even better because I think they go 0-3 then. Because I think then Mike McCarthy might be on the hot seat. You guys tense up that week. Oh, I would love that. I would love 0-2. Chance to go 0-3, fighting for their lives, and we are too. We're coming off a loss, so you know what I mean. Like it doesn't.
Yeah. And we lose 45-10.
Well, fine. We know who we are.
Yeah, I would more so agree, Willis, if we won this game, and you know what I'm saying. Then you have the thing. Maybe a young team's feeling themselves. Even if you're going to Dallas, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even saying if they were coming here.
Are you worried about the NFC standings right now, Ryan? Oh, if Dallas loses, we're still ahead of them.
I am. That starts week 1.
I'm not.
When you call division winner, you got to be week.
I love you.
Well, so I'm not. There's not a standing in the world I'm worried about. I had us losing by 3 games in the standings. I have us winning 8 games, so I'm not even there.
I mean, listen, it was the game started good today. It started like we were flying around. Obviously, we thought we scored on the regular play. That got called back. We get the field goal blocked, and we still get them to go 3 and out, and we go right down the field again. We're looking good. We're feeling good, and everything changed with that goal line stand. It's a big momentum shift. Tom is very right. It's a humongous momentum shift.
Mm-hmm.
If that's a 24-21 game, right at that moment where everybody's just lighting it up, or 17-14 where teams are just moving it all around, then you go for it.
Right.
Then you go for it because it's the feel of like, okay, we're doing things offensively that we finished a couple times down here, right? I finished a couple times. You didn't finish at all. So just take the points and walk away. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke.
We're not ready for any Gardner Minshew to answer starter Minshew here, but the shoo train gave me a good chuckle. I'll give you that.
Well, I was going to ask Tom. I was going to say, Tom, you said that it's a lot up in the air for week 3. If he has another stinker in week 3, are you ready to jump on the shoo train, Tom?
No, because 17 games, you find out what you have, right? I can't find it out by putting them down, picking them back up. I can't find it out that way. The only way I find it out is to give him full reins in this offense and watch him either get better or the opposite way, right? And I'm really
very helped off for the Chargers.
I'm praying that he gets better because I don't have to use a pick on a quarterback and I continue to use picks that put a great team around him and use my money that way. So I'm praying that he is a guy because I don't want to start over with a rookie QB again. I just feel like we've been doing that a lot. So
no, I enjoyed this summer not talking about quarterbacks.
Dallas going for it, 4th and 1.
Oh, the late flag.
Oh, it's a late
that's
flag.
2 days later. It's 2 days later. 2 days. What did you see?
It should be on Amari Cooper.
It was like me today.
I got to go back to cable. I was watching Red Zone. I've got it on stream. I got to go back to cable.
Clever, Bill.
Yeah, Bill's
Jacob,
not.
I don't disagree with you, Jake.
I bet Dallas. That's the only reason I want him to win.
Yeah, I bet Chargers. But Jacob, I don't know. Right? It's the unknown. Like I have a lot of concerns with Hurts, and then I have a lot of positives I think he can bring to the table. But I don't know if he can fix the concerns. I don't know. That's what we're gonna find out.
Not really. I've been sick for multiple days. Thought I had COVID again. I don't.
You don't get Bill's reference.
Sick.
I don't think he gets the reference.
Oh yeah, I know. I understand Bill's paralyzed reference, but I mean, I don't want to bring it up because Bill, that wasn't like a joke you made. You were being serious because you're an idiot. But it's fine.
Eagles, yes, they can still make the playoffs and win the division. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. You could. Listen, we could be 1-5 and still make the playoffs, win the division. There's 17 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, one loss is a loss, and it stings, and you hate it. And I feel like this was a game that you had in control, and you had all the momentum, and you gave it away. So that's not a good look. But again, everything can be redeemed by going and playing great football on Monday night, and I think we can all agree on that. Like, everybody's expectations can stay what they are if you go take care of Dallas and Dallas. Now, if you go down there and you score 11 points again, and your offense looks lackluster, and you have bad decision-making, and you have no timeouts for some reason with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, you're all out of them. Okay, if those things continue, then the concerns continue, and that 10-11 wins gets that's done. So
I'll ask you guys this, and the fam also. So after 2 weeks, I won't even include the fourth team in this discussion because the Giants stink. Do you have the Eagles after 2 weeks as a better football team than Washington?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Well, that's fine. He can think what he
tough.
wants.
It's definitely
I'd say
close.
we're close. I'd say we're close.
Yeah.
I think Washington's a very
close.
good defensive team. Now, I happen to actually like Taylor Heineke a little bit.
I do too.
Not that I say I don't like Jalen Hurts. I do. I like Jalen. I just think we're young. Man. It's very tough to win with a young coach. I just think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to win this year.
Listen, it's not going to be easy.
I think it's going to be a lot of close games that we lose, which would suck. But I think it's going to be.
Brooks update. James Jackson says looks to have a pectoral injury.
Yeah, I have it right here. Ian Rappaport tweeted, Eagles offensive lineman Brandon Brooks is believed to have suffered an injury to his pec. Sources believe he'll have an MRI to determine the seriousness of the ailment, whether it's a full tear or just a partial strain.
I mean,
I was going to say a full torn pec is not good.
No.
I mean,
if it's partial, if it's a strain, he might be out for a couple weeks.
And we all know it's coming back on that MRI, right? Like we all know.
That shit's torn.
Yeah, I mean,
especially if it's the same pec again too, which it probably will be.
So Dickerson. So everyone that was pissed off about the pick, hey, this isn't a red shirt year. We're going to see Dickerson now.
I mean, I don't know why he would be pissed off. Dude's a monster. I was more worried about him getting healthy, but Landon Dickerson can play.
I'd rather give him the year down and have Brandon Brooks in there, but it's not a bad guy to go to. You know, it's definitely not a bad guy to go to. You drafted him to be that guy, so you know.
But he was also supposed to be the backup of either guard / center position. So now, if you're plugging him in, and he's gonna have to be there all year, now you need everybody else to stay healthy. We're already starting on the injury train.
Bill, yeah. I thought you were. Bill, I read your first sentence. I thought you were saying you thought they should bench Hurts. That's what I thought. I see what you're saying now. I understand. Sit him down and show him what went wrong.
Well, it's about getting the ball.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would think there's going to be a lot of video work.
Well, listen, it's about getting the ball out of your hands.
Oh man,
Right?
I was kind of hoping he was dead on the field for a second.
Guys, right? Decisive.
I got CD, so
trust what's in front of you. Get the ball out of your hands. And listen, let's hope that Brandon Brooks is only out for like 2 weeks and it's not a season.
Hopefully it's just a couple weeks there.
Because we already have BG out for the year, and we talked about if those guys start getting hurt, then this team isn't as good as we thought as some of us might have thought they were.
Is that confirmed that Graham's out for the year? Or they're just saying they assume it's the Achilles? Usually you know.
Yeah,
usually you know. That's probably why they usually know. You can feel it if it's your Achilles.
Yeah, I mean, if Derek Gunn's saying it. I mean, the Eagles originally thought it was an ankle, which, I mean, I'm no friggin' doctor, but if that could lead them to think, okay, if it's not the ankle, then it's the Achilles.
Yeah, here it is. Schefter just confirmed it. Eagles believe. Oh, wait. Yeah, they believe he tore his Achilles. I think Rappaport. Maybe.
Yeah, so, I mean, once they say they believe, it means that they fucking know he tore his Achilles.
If you see the word fear or believe, it's the thing.
And then Rappaport says this is true. Torn Achilles is the initial diagnosis. He'll have
That's
an
no
MRI
good.
in
Dude
the
from the Chargers is lined up off sides right there.
Yeah.
Pollard?
I'll take the Tony Pollard TD right there.
Listen, Tony Pollard's looking good.
Daily fantasy, a big one right there.
Tony Pollard's looking real good.
That was a low guy, low money.
TP.
Zeke had an outside run earlier, and he does not look as fast as he used to be.
I would trade him yesterday.
Yeah, he just does not look like he has it anymore.
Who, Zeke?
Yeah.
I think he's still okay, but they're definitely going to use Pollard a lot this year, I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Tony's got the little change of pace, and I think that would be good for them. Just as a football fan, right? I'm not trying to give them ideas, but he looks spry in times. But I think change of pace
is Granny spry.
Would help both of those guys out. So Dallas up 7-0 for those keeping track at home of the standings, like myself. Early on here, just praying for a 7-win division title, so I can at least say, "Hey, I got them winning the division." They might not have won 10 games, but they still won it.
If we win the division at 7-10, shit's fucked up.
I can't. I don't know if I could, like. I would love for us to win. I don't know if I could do that again. A 7-win division. I don't know if I could do this again.
We get a home playoff game.
Yeah, sure.
Well, so I'm doing the daily fantasy now. I like it. It's fun.
It's fun. It is fun. I told you.
It's a lot of fun.
It's fun.
I won like 30-something last night.
That a boy. I won
$20.
I won $220 on baseball yesterday. Should have gave plays out.
There you go.
So
of course, I'm probably going to throw it all away in football today. But
you let your members down yesterday, but Nate picked.
Well, I was fucking sick as a dog yesterday. So,
and remember, you guys can become an HUD member and get the weekly picks from Money Pot, Nate Moss, been on fire, Willie Vegas with his daily fantasy, plus discounted HUD gear. Jersey giveaway to spin starts tomorrow. Spin of the wheel. You guys might not want the Jalen Hurts jerseys now and Devontae Smith, but the wheel's starting tomorrow.
Might get traded in for a Minshew.
Every week. Tristan became an HUD member, shipped out his tumbler. Bill just shipped out a T-shirt for him. So we got a lot of things. Len is working the shipping game for the big guy.
Beautiful.
Yep. So everybody's going to get their shit. Timely fashion. But become a member. It's right at the top of the comments. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
You're winning money. We're giving away money. We're not asking you for donations like a lot of people. We're giving you money. We're trying to help you and educate you in gambling, one with Nate, but then give you money. And then Will's like, listen, the guy's dumb in a lot of things he does, but I trust his opinion on Daily Fan.
I had a decent week last week for week 1. And I mean, I gave out Marvin Jones Jr. and T. Higgins today. Both caught TDs. Both had pretty good days as like lower plays. So fucking KJ Hamler. KJ Hamler was like my severe low guy that I liked today. He didn't do shit. Thanks, KJ. Thanks, bud.
Real quick.
Oh God.
For anyone that a couple that no, it's not like that. For anyone I'm just switching to baseball real quick, just because if you look at the odds right now, if anyone took Bryce Harper for MVP a couple days ago,
it's looking good.
Looking pretty good.
It's at plus 110 now, I think, right?
He's what do you call it? He's in the lead right now. Fernando's plus 100, and then
that fight
minus 125.
That fight last night probably hurt his odds. Machado.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him and Machado going at it. Love it.
Machado went at it last night.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
Oh, trouble in paradise.
Uh-oh. Everyone's like, they're going to get together so great. It's going to be amazing.
You guys see that kickoff and just smoked the fucking guy in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He
great.
thought it was a player, Tom. He thought a player hit him.
He
like,
wore it, though.
Who
He wore
touched?
it well.
Jimmy, no. Jimmy, we're probably not going to do one tonight just because there was a chance of us coming on talking during the game and just giving our thoughts now. So
I think Greg's recovering from Happy Valley.
yeah, breathing COVID there. You know what I mean? Just nobody take a breath.
I thought I had COVID again, dude. I really did. I was so sick on Friday. I was like, did I really catch COVID a second time? I'm this fucking asshole that gets COVID twice. But no, I don't.
It was
Just-
funny because I heard
just sick.
This could have been your
Everyone forgets there's just colds out there.
could've been your
There is a
Jordan
cold
flu
going
game.
around. I will
Jimmy,
say that.
Monday night, though, Jimmy, Monday night on the Sports Hounds time slot, we get everybody together for live reactions on Monday night.
Yeah, I would love to hop in next Monday. I just don't know how fucking Mondays at work. It's just brutal.
Well, listen,
I'm
come
gonna
in
try to
and
hop.
win.
I'm gonna try throw me the invite though, Tommy, because I'm gonna try to hop in when I get out of work.
Yeah, absolutely.
It probably won't be till after half, and at that point, hopefully, it's still worth hopping.
See that
in.
ball?
So damn good.
See that ball, dude?
That's my fantasy quarterback right there.
That's what
my
we talk
quarterback.
about. That's what we talk about.
Oh,
Zipping
so
a ball
pretty.
in when it's not on time. That's the exact. There it is, right there. That's something that Jalen Hurts can't
Justin
do. Right
Herbert and Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen was just naked on the sideline. Oof.
Real quick,
What a
guys.
throw.
I'll go around the league real quick, all the scores, and you just tell me panic or no panic for these teams that lost.
I tell you what, it's wild that always some eye-opening games week 2. I feel like, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
Chicago really beat down Cincinnati today. That was eye-opening.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Interception?
Right after that throw too.
Oh,
Wow.
that was a great play by fucking Diggs.
Diggs can play, dude.
I love Diggs.
Diggs can play.
That ball
really
was a little
like Diggs.
behind, but that was a great play.
They've
He's
spent they spent assets in their secondary.
Oof.
I still don't like the single-digit numbers in the secondary. It's fucking me up.
It's fucking
That's
me
an
up
awesome
too.
pick.
Will.
Panthers 26 points or 26-7 over the Saints. Is this a panic?
Panthers D is for real.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's what I'll
yeah.
say. I'll say that. That's
Yeah.
my take on that. Panthers D is for real.
And their weapons are too.
Saints. If I was a Saints fan, listen, you're going to struggle all year because Jameis Winston's just not a good quarterback. We know this. We've known this for years. I do think the Saints have a very good defense. Obviously, what's it called? Out. I think they say he's going to miss like a month, right? Their number one corner, Marcus Lattimore. He got hurt after week 1. So that's going to hurt them. But the Saints are good. The Saints will be a borderline playoff team because, the fact that they play really good defense at home. They have a very good home field advantage. And they think they're going to run the ball a ton, even though they barely ran the ball at all today with Kamara, which is really shocking. But yeah, Winston stinks. I mean, we know this. So they're gonna struggle. And Carolina's got a good D. I don't know how good Carolina really is, but I do think that Sam Darnold doesn't stink. And I think Carolina has a very good D.
Yeah, I think that's Tom and I have gone back and forth on it. I think that's the surprise team in the NFL. Not because Darnold's good or great, it's just because their weapons are really good.
They do have good weapons.
And I like that.
A lot of speed, and McCaffrey can play. Everybody knows this.
Oh, listen, I don't think they're not competitive or can't have a good year or any of that stuff. I just don't like Sam Darnold. But that doesn't mean the rest of the things around him aren't in a good situation where he can be successful, right? There's always that side of it. Like, okay, I might not love a guy, because any guy who says he sees ghosts on the field, I'm concerned over. But I'll say this: doesn't mean guys can't get better, and it doesn't mean, once you get thrown away, per se, like, where to being a number 1 overall pick, all those things go away for a minute when you're traded and you don't have success. So, like, dude, credit to the dude if he can figure it out. I mean, 2 games isn't enough to say, he's here, but he's definitely played better. And he's one of them guys that has the arm strength to make up for things too. Always has. But again, will he not see ghosts? Are the weapons around him? He's in a good spot. He's got arguably the best running back in football. So, he's got a damn good defense. I think he's got a really good head coach. He's in a good spot. Now, can you just not fuck your team over? Right? Can you just not fuck your team up? And the first 2 weeks he is not. So credit to Sam Darnold. I'm not a Darnold guy. You know this, Wells, but I'm not. I'm I see it as well too.
And maybe not the best runner, but he's the best dual threat running back by far. McCaffrey, like out of the backfield and running it, he's by far the best.
Yep.
Because Henry might be the best pure runner, but he don't catch the ball really.
He's like the least predictable running back, I would say. Speaking of seeing ghosts, by the way, Tom, bad day for Wilson and the Jets. They lose 25-6, 4 interceptions for Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I'm not a big Zach Wilson guy either. So
also early growing pains for them. I would expect more of this year from them.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think Zach Wilson can play a little bit. I just don't know. You know what I mean? He's got to show a lot of stuff. And also, we talk about situations. Not in the best.
No, and the Jets have like no fucking weapons. I mean, I get Denzel Mims. Like, we've been all regular. Denzel Mims looks like a miss for them. Who
the hell's their running back? Tevin Coleman and Michael Carter? Like, I like Michael Carter, but he's like a 4th, 3rd round pick, something like that.
That's slimy, by the way. Pick. I knew it. Go House. Go House. Go House.
He might.
Oh, that's a bad ball there, Dacky.
Yep. As soon as I was saying he's spinning it.
Is that Hayward?
Those are right in the guys.
You did to Dak what I did to Herbert when I was saying, that's my fantasy quarterback. Pick. Oh, Dak looks good. Pick.
I got Sante Samuel Jr.
Dak and Herbert in like different leagues because I'm
back to back picks by the young kids, huh? Sante Samuel Jr. there, I believe.
Well, he's the one that delivered the big hit in the end zone too. A couple drives ago.
Yeah, on Cooper. Yeah. Cooper tried to sell it like it was a hit to the head. It wasn't. It was actually a nice hit, shoulder to shoulder. That's a bad. Dak, as good as Dak's throwing the ball so far this year, that was a bad ball.
Yeah, that was the worst one. Rams sneak out a victory over the Colts, 27-24. Colts fall to 0-2.
Rams are a tough team, and the Colts. I think the Colts are a tough team, but obviously they're going to have get some shit going there with them still, and they're not running the ball like they usually do.
No, there's only one team that was worse in the red zone than the Eagles today, and that was
the Colts.
Did you see that shovel pass by Wentz?
I saw that they had kicked 2 field goals, and then they had 2 possessions in the red zone without any points. I saw that at one point.
Bad. Now, granted, they had more opportunities and they had way more points than we did, but damn.
Yeah, he threw a nice touchdown pass to Pascal, and he threw a nice touchdown pass to Doyle. But besides that, Wentz was his normal self, and he got hurt. That's just, it's the same reason that we always said we had to get rid of him because Duke can't stay on the field.
And the Wentz curse with his arms getting hurt also continued because Paris Campbell and T.Y. Hilton have been out too.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, I just think the Colts had 2 really tough games open the season, and they're not a surprise 0-2 team to me. Just because they really did.
No, I agree. I think they're better than 0-2, Tommy. I would agree with you there.
Like, I'm not crowning them. I don't think they're great, but I think they're very good.
I think the Rams are pretty damn good.
Well, the Rams are the class of the NFC. I mean, that may be I know Tampa's there, but that's a dogfight. Like, that's a game where I don't care who you're a team of. Tampa.
That's a really tough game for Tampa because they got to keep Donald off of Tom because the best way to get to Tom is get pressure in his face, and everybody knows it.
That game has to get flexed. That game has to when they play in the middle of the season. I think it's like a 4:25 game. Rams Bucks. That game has to be a night game.
It might stay 4:25 though because they fucking love to be like, the 4:25 game.
Oh yeah,
big 4:25 game like that's like this game today, the Dallas.
Yeah, either way, that's must-watch TV. They're the 2 classes of the NFC. We'll see Green Bay's response tomorrow, and then there's everybody else, right? We'll talk about that a little bit later. But finish off the games.
Broncos 23, Jaguars 13. Jaguars fall to 0-2. Broncos go 2-0.
But not surprising.
Yeah, I don't think that tells me a lot about either team. I think, the Jaguars are building, and the Broncos they face the Giants and the Jaguars.
Yeah, everybody. But
I would say the Broncos are the worst 2-0 team, but that's how you got to start if you're the Broncos.
Yep. In that division.
They're both on the road, too. I think that was 2 road wins for the Broncos. Correct. So that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I mean, the Broncos, that's a way to start off a season. I don't care who you're playing. You make the decision to go with Teddy. You're relying on your defense. You're getting great defense early on this season. Not a surprise at 2-0 because of who they played, but a team that can be in the conversation to be a wild card team out there because of their defense.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, agree or disagree on this. The Raiders might be a team to watch because they go 2-0. They face the Steelers. They win 26-17. Unlike the Broncos, they face the Ravens and the Steelers.
I like the Raiders. I think they're not as good as they look so far. I will say I liked what they did today because
that's a big
everyone knows you can't run against Pittsburgh. You just can't. Their run defense is so good. And the Raiders, if you hear what the Raiders did today, the Raiders just threw the ball all over the yard to everybody. There was like 11 guys that had catches today. It was crazy. It was a really, really good job of game planning and of execution by Derek Carr. So you got to give the Raiders that. And I like their defense. I really like their defensive line.
Listen,
Max
you got to
gets after it.
Week one to get your to have aspirations to be a playoff team. Like those games can either take you this way or you can ride the high for a week and then stink. The fact that they come out on the road in Pittsburgh and win that football game, they are a surprise 2-0 football team because of who they played. And another conversation in the AFC. There's always these teams. I mean, this is Gruden's fourth year, Carr's fourth year in the offense. I mean, this is make it or break it year for them too, in a way, on who you're going to be. And if Derek Carr can stay healthy for them, they're a sneaky, sneaky good team. And listen, they won a game without Josh Jacobs today too. So, I mean, that's a big fucking win in a lot of ways for them because everybody thought Pittsburgh's the team that won 10 straight games last year.
What's their rushing numbers today, if you can pull them up? Because at one point they had like 11 yards in the third quarter.
I'll tell you this too, Tom. They won a game without Darren Waller getting in the end zone.
30
and they were shutting Darren Waller down early.
Yeah,
52
really.
rush yards for the Raiders, 39 for the Steelers.
So like I said, the Raiders played really good rush defense. And again, the Steelers, this is the Steelers' bugaboo. They can't run the football.
No,
everyone's like, but they got Najee Harris. Don't matter. They can't run the football.
Yeah, it's crazy. He only had 38 yards. Because I was wondering, because I have him in fantasy, Wilson. I'm like, wait a second. He had 19 points. Well, it was mostly receiving.
Who, Najee?
Yeah, he was 5 for 5.
He does catch the ball at the backfield, which is nice.
Yeah.
Donovan, real quick. This might be BG's last game to Donovan's point. And Jesse, yeah, Achilles at his age is tough. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to say one way or the other, but it could be over, Troy. It could be a wrap to a great career, a guy who, to give him love real quick, a guy who, Earl Thomas, and rightfully so. Okay, rightfully so. But
early on,
credit to Brandon Graham just for continuing the work, and turn himself into a Pro Bowl caliber player and a guy worthy of a first round pick because he could have went the other way. So, love the guy. Emotional
and biggest play in Eagles history.
Yeah,
he has the biggest play in Eagles history.
And well, I don't know if this defense is going to be the same without him. So I know they got guys they can plug in that can play, but I just don't know if they're the same without him.
We're going to need Ryan Kerrigan to really have a, like a, what would you call that? Like a rejuvenation of a career.
Chris Long year.
You know
Chris Long year.
Well, he's going to have to be on the field even more than Long was. So we're going to
it hurts.
Really good.
It hurts because we talk about the strength of this football team, offense, defensive line, right? Well, I already lost a Pro Bowler today on one side for the year, and I don't know about the other Pro Bowler on the other side of the football. Not the best starts to when you talk about like me, for example, having aspirations to win a division. Like now, okay, I can't have any more of these like year longers. Like I can have guys get banged up for a week, but I can't have like Fletch or Lane. I can't. I don't know how I make up for it. I really don't. They're deep at these positions, but you can't have anybody else go down. Like Josh Sweat just signed a lucrative deal.
Another TD for Gronk.
You got to be healthy.
Second on the day.
Right? Josh Sweat's got to be healthy all year.
He absolutely has. Now he absolutely has to be healthy.
Tony Pollard, a great daily fantasy pickup for the 4:00 games. Cheap, went with them. Keep giving them the rock, baby.
And there's another one, yeah.
You're gonna need Barnett to play better. You're gonna need Sweat to play better. You're gonna need Kerrigan to have some. I'm not gonna say he hasn't had an impact, but I haven't heard his name. You know what I'm saying? Has he had a big play yet?
I haven't seen him on the field much.
No. I mean, half the fan base didn't, and justifiably so. They didn't even know he played last week. They thought he was still on IR.
Well, in defense of all of it, right? Too not in defense, but our defensive front hasn't gotten to the quarterback enough.
Is that CD? Oh,
no. You know what they've done, Tom? It's been Hargrave just getting tackles in the backfield. That's basically it. And I know they had a good stretch in the final series or two against Atlanta, but that game was done and over with by then. You could argue the offensive line for
that's when
Atlanta
they
just
pinned
quit.
their ears back. Yep.
Yeah, but you're right though. They haven't finished.
Like the turnovers, the sacks, like they come in bunches sometimes. Hopefully they come.
Well, that killed us early in the season last year, Tom. It's that we were getting pressure, but we weren't finishing against Jimmy Garoppolo isn't a mobile quarterback. Matt Ryan isn't a mobile quarterback. Dak Prescott, I know he's coming off the injury, but he's going to be more mobile than those two guys. What's the score in Atlanta, by the way? Because people are ripping Atlanta.
14-7.
Oh,
Touchdown.
Touchdown.
I think
touchdown
Kyle
of the year
Pitts,
for them.
Cordero Patterson just had a TD run, I think. Cordero Patterson runs hard.
Yes, he does.
Always has. He was a first-round receiver that can't catch the football, but he runs hard.
And CD Lamb, what a great fantasy keep for me.
Is he already better than Cooper?
No.
No, but he's damn good. And Tommy, last week, I snuck one out against you last week, but I was having such a ridiculous time because fucking you had Lamb, right? And you had Lamb, and then the other leg I had Lamb, and then I had Godwin, and then in the other leg I was playing Godwin. I'm like, this is fucked, man. This is so fucked.
I just realized I'm going up against Lamb and Keenan Allen right now, so this is not good.
That powered again?
No, that's Zeke. That looked like Zeke.
Yeah, it's Zeke.
No, I have Zeke in a leg. It's okay.
Just make sure I am not going against Zeke, so I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Going back a couple more of these games real quick.
Yeah, Minnesota is up to a big lead on Arizona early, which could be big if you're I have Arizona in a bunch of daily fantasy stuff. So Kyler, throw that football, baby. Mm-hmm. This is what you like when you like an early deficit. It could be really big.
Yeah, I loaded up on Minnesota today. That was a feel me game. Like just a game.
Oh, I'm right with you, Tommy. I took them as well.
And I
just think it was too many points. And I always, whenever like Arizona had a huge win last week, whenever teams have a huge win on the road, I just don't like them the next week. Like Pittsburgh today, for instance. There's a bunch of them today who had huge wins last week and then look like shit today. Pittsburgh's one. There's a couple. I can't think of them on the top of my head right now. But there's a couple. Well,
teams that teams that had just wins or big wins, Wells.
Just win like on the road wins, like we won in Atlanta, Pittsburgh won at Buffalo.
I mean, the Dolphins. I know it's because their quarterback hurt, but they didn't put up a single point today.
No, Dolphins. Tua went down early, and the Dolphins looked like garbage.
Yep.
I also like Tennessee today a lot. Too many points. They're getting too many points. I would expect Tennessee to stay in that game against Seattle today.
Did you hear about Taylor Lewan though?
He's out, right?
Yeah. Non-contact injury in warm-ups. Knee.
Oh, that's no good.
No, it's not.
I like Taylor too. That's not good for Derrick Henry owners.
Nope, it's not good for anybody on the Titans. You had kind of a disappointing. I guess disappointing, even though you had limited expectations for the Bengals, but the Bengals lose a close one to the Bears, 2017.
Well, what was disappointing is the Bengals did nothing in the first half. They scored points in the second half, but really struggled offensively in the first half. I know the Bears have a pretty good defense, but they didn't show it much against the Rams. No, or the Rams are just that good week one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Bears defense isn't as good as the last couple of years because they've lost a handful of pieces. They're good. They're a good defense, and obviously, when you have a guy like Khalil Mack in there,
three levels that can play though. I mean, they still have the linebacker. I'm drawing a blank, and they still have Eddie Jackson, I believe.
They got Eddie Jackson. They got Robert Quinn. They got Khalil Mack.
Who's the linebacker? The younger guy too.
Guy they got from Dallas, right?
No.
Who the hell am I thinking of?
Smith?
Smith?
Yeah.
Roquan?
Roquan Smith.
I knew the R. I was like, man, it's an R. I can't say it. Yeah, Roquan Smith can play. So their defense is still very good. I don't take what the Rams do to anybody. I take it with a grain of salt because they can flat out fucking spinning around the yard with Stafford in the house.
Oh my God! Oh, what a play! Oh shit! Who's seen this play? Oh, Arizona just had a crazy play.
Who?
Arizona Cardinals.
Hold on, I'll go to
We on the red zone. Let me get back.
Yeah, it was deflected off two players. Okay, Clan caught it and ran for like 35.
This is the Vikings too, though. The Vikings win this football game just because it's the Vikings.
Watch this here. If you're watching, you'll see it now. Deflected.
Oh, I caught the end of it.
Oh my God.
I caught the end of it. I just saw a big man running with it.
Wow. Yeah, that Miami pick, guys. That's gonna be a high pick. High pick.
Do we have any update on him? I just know it's the hip.
That's the other big win. I was thinking about Brodo was the Saints had a huge win, and then the Saints get smoked by Carolina.
Yeah, that's the thing with Winston. Like again, he had a great game against Rodgers last week, right? But you look at it. Okay, first off, that entire Packers team was dead in the water. I don't expect that to continue this week. If that happens again this week, everything I know about Aaron Rodgers has been a lie. But Jameis Winston's still Jameis. Like he's going to have some big plays, but also he's going to turn the football over in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and like I expect Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball well, but Green Bay's defense is shit.
Yes,
and that's not changing.
Nope.
I've never seen a team put so much emphasis on upgrading positions and then being the same. Like
True.
They try to go out and get guys to stop the run, or they go out and spend a lot of assets on corners. And it's like the same MO. It almost has a feel to us, except we just don't have Aaron Rodgers.
Bruised ribs for Tua.
Whatever. Any loss is good for Miami. You want Miami. You don't want Miami to be good.
No, I'm just trying to think. Is that a week to week thing? Like bruised ribs sound like he's going to play.
Good. He's not a pussy.
I don't know. He looked. Bruised ribs is that's a good sign because obviously they must have given him an MRI and it must have been negative because he limped off the field pretty badly. They definitely gave him an MRI.
Yep. Somebody was asking us. John asked better return, Goddard or Lamb.
Well,
Lamb.
Yeah,
obviously Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is a 13th overall pick. Dallas Goddard's a second rounder.
39 passing yards in the second half.
It's a humongous difference. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb can play. CeeDee Lamb
39.
Yeah, it's no good. 39 when we're down the whole half.
Fucking alarming.
Yeah, it's very alarming, Tommy. I hear you. And I was getting trashed early on when I was not by you guys, but my other group text message. I was saying he just doesn't have a good enough arm. He's got to be on time and everything. His arm's not that bad. Yeah, it looked great.
I'm going to hear all the people
looked great in the second half.
We'll get ESPN stats and info, or the freaking next gen to dissect it. No, I'm telling you what my eyes see. My eyes see zip out of an arm, and my eyes see a little float. Right? I don't see zip. Zippity do fucking da. That's what I need. Any quarterback I've ever looked at, I'm like, how's the ball come out of his hand? Zip. Then it doesn't mean if you don't have a zip that you can't be damn good, especially when you can run around. But then the on time, like you just said, Wills, and 39 passing yards in the second half down at home is disgusting. Disgusting.
Especially in
2021.
It's not 1972. It's fucking 2021. You should be able to throw for 100 yards a half.
Because all I saw was Quez running. I didn't really. I saw a lot of people.
Mike, it's because he was on time. It's not. He didn't. Do you understand what we're saying, though, Mike? Like
it wasn't a bullet. We're not saying
he put a bunch of air into the ball and he threw it on time, and Quez went right underneath it, it was a very good ball. He also threw a very good ball to Reagor, where Reagor stepped out of bounds. But there are balls that he threw on time. The ones he threw deep today, where he wasn't on time, where he scrambled a little bit and then he threw deep, they were both underthrown terribly.
I love that. I love it. Now he's my guy. Now he's my guy because I want him to be good, right? Because I want Jalen Hurts to be good. He becomes my guy. Any quarterback that starts under center, I'm gonna hope for the fucking best until you show me that you can't do the best. And then guess what we're in the hunt for? We're in the hunt for another quarterback. I'm not saying that yet. This is a dissect of 17 games to see what he is. And we're learning things, and hopefully the same things that he's learning. Like, you look at a guy like Kyler Murray, small. But Kyler Murray's got zip. He's got zippity-doo-dah. Zippity-doo-dah. Russell Wilson, small. Zippity-doo-dah. Like, I don't see the zippity-doo-dah. So now everything needs to be on time.
No, I mean, the only play where you saw zip in the first 2 weeks was the Goddard touchdown.
Yeah, and that was a good little ball he zipped in there. But it's, I mean, we're talking a 9-yard pass right there.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Yeah.
And Wills, that's where, like, and I'm not. I understand what
my zip's gonna look good from 9.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
You want to know what we're talking about difference? Like, go back and watch some highlights of fucking John Elway throw the football. That's zip, okay? Mm-hmm. That's the kind of shit we're talking about. Watch Josh Allen rip it. I know Josh Allen hasn't had a good first 2 weeks, but watch Josh Allen rip it. That's zip on a ball, all right?
I think that's,
and like you said, you don't have to be a big guy. Kyler Murray puts good zip on the ball. There's guys that have great zip on the ball. Matt Stafford, great zip on the ball. And it also doesn't mean you're going to be good. There's plenty of guys that had great zip on the ball that fucking stunk, but it really helps you in certain situations, obviously.
This is why guys gamble on Wentz's of the world and Allens, because they're big, strong, and they can fucking rip it, right? And now Carson was the worst quarterback in football last year, but at the end of the day, he can still rip. He can make up for mistakes at times because of the rip. But this is why guys gamble.
That's out of bounds.
And I don't think, honestly, like, Jalen Hurts can still be very good, but he's got to develop the trust, right? And if you don't develop the trust, on what you see, your legs won't make up for it.
Well,
pick by Dallas could be a penalty though.
No, it's coming back. Last week, Tom, he looked really, really good, but he looked like a really, really good game manager. He didn't do anything crazy. He took what the defense gave him. He used his weapons. Smart football.
Yeah, it's in a game that we're killing the team.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do. Don't make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. This week, it was the exact opposite of that. And I'm not saying he threw 4 picks, nothing like that. But the mistakes don't always have to come with an interception or a fumble. It's just okay.
Very, very true. He held the ball too long today in times.
Yeah,
you're dead on, bro. Because you know what? Today is a game where it's a tight game, and they have a good defense, and we need to make a play. So maybe you're going to have to try to zip a throw in, and he never did. He was taking the fucking.
He would bounce,
and then he would run, run.
He would bounce in the pocket, right, and then nothing's there and escape. Bounce in the pocket, nothing's there, escape. So we talked about the wide receivers. That was my question to you guys earlier. We talked about the wide receivers because we looked at just one play where 2 guys were open, right? But both those guys have to be see it, throw it, read them out the break, read it all, right? And that's the thing. Like, you have Devontae Smith out there. I gotta believe he's open more than not, even when guys get physical with him, especially if you have time in the pocket, right? If you have time. So they always talk about reads, right, guys? Is sometimes you have to go back to a guy, right? Right? So you go 1, 2, 3 per se in a route, and then maybe go back to 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference.
Well, when we first came on the air, right, Tom? I mean, everybody that missed it, you can go back and watch at the very beginning. Tom and I were literally yelling at the screen because you could see through a TV screen Jalen Hurts is eyeing up Devontae. He was waiting for Devontae to be open. And as soon as he didn't see Devontae get open, and again, that's not Devontae's fault, but then he just went and ran. It was almost like he kind of reverted to what we saw last season, to where if his first read isn't open, he kind of starts panicking a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And again, that happens. It's still an inexperienced quarterback. He's still inexperienced. So it's just like you see growing pains with Sirianni, you're going to see growing pains with Gannon, you're going to see growing pains with the young quarterback and the young weapons. But that's the biggest difference. It's that, and again, completely different scenario because you're up big against the Falcons. But even when you weren't, say it was a close football game in the first half, you saw Jalen Hurts going through his progressions every drive. You never saw the panic.
It was just get the ball out of his hands.
Yes.
And that's why I said you almost got to create play calls that make him get the ball out of his hands. right? And because to me, the bouncing in the pocket is okay. I like one, nothing's open, or two, I just don't trust to make the throw, right? And like you saw Herbert just make a throw right there on an out, right? Like that's the thing. It's just drop and go, drop and go, drop and go. If he's dropping and sitting back there, I don't believe he feels good enough about what he just saw, right? To fit a ball in. Like, it's just the little things. It's not the end of the world, but I need to see him now in week 3 versus Dallas. I need to see him get better at that. I need to see him, like Will's talked about, hey, let's run a few slants here, or some crosses, right? Make him get the ball out of his hands. And I didn't see any of that stuff today.
I think, honestly, people get this, confused. And I understand what McFly was saying earlier in the comment, like, oh, the throw looked good. His arm looked good to Quez. Just because when people talk about arm talent, we're not talking about, oh, he can't throw the ball 50, 60 yards down the field. It's that when you're double covered, can you zip it in between the two defenders? That's the thing. Can you throw a guy open? That's the concern when you talk about Hurts so far. And again, nobody's going to make a blanket statement that he's never going to be able to learn that or he's never going to be able to do that. But in this game, he didn't. That's the biggest difference. You can, and again, to Tom's point and Wilson's point, just because you don't have zip doesn't mean, or just because you do have zip doesn't mean you're a great quarterback, because the quarterback we had for 4 or 5 years, he had plenty of zip, but he had nothing else.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Hey.
Let it out, Ralph. Let it out.
Well, I think we should have taken our points.
Which
not
time?
going for
Which time?
Yeah, the multiple times we had it down there, because in cases we would have won this game today. But I just think today we had them. We had this game won. We let them hang in for a while, especially down in the goal line. That little the Philly special, man. I get it. Super Bowl thing. Man, can we just put it in the book and turn that page over, please? I get it. Jesus, take your points, please. My goodness.
Well, so who do you blame more? Give me your top 3 power rankings as far as Ralphie Delavecchio blame.
One's going to be on the head coach is my number one, Sirianni.
Okay.
Number 1. 2, Derek Barnett's dumbass penalty. I mean, fumbles. It's going to be 2nd down and 17, 3rd and 17. I forget what down they were at. They fumble, goes back 10 yards, and then Derek Barnett's like, you haven't heard my name all day long. Here, let me just answer myself in here. Just cause a stupid penalty. So that was a dumb penalty. And then I think those little 2 right there, those 2. I don't have a third one. Jalen, on the other hand, a lot of underthrown balls today. Deep balls were underthrown, where I think if he had the deep ball with Devontae Smith over the middle, if he just let him out a little bit more, he probably would have walked into the end zone. And obviously the big play of Jalen Reagor, stepping out of bounds and having that touchdown come back. So that also won kicking the balls right there too. So. And I just think that sometimes, too, with Jalen today is that if his first read wasn't there, he was gone. He was out of the pocket and started running.
Or he just sat back there, right? Yeah. And it didn't zip anywhere, right? Didn't throw it to anybody. And, listen, again, I'm not trying to kill the kid because I want him to be good. But
me too.
These are the same concerns that we all had on draft night and the same concerns that we can say we still have after week 2. But there is, like I said, the first few weeks, I thought, his first X amount of games as a starter in the NFL, I thought he's had his ups and his downs, right? But I thought on all his ups, he was decisive, right? And his ups, he was decisive. In his games that he had his downs, he wasn't as decisive with what he was seeing and just getting rid of the football. So, I mean, we'll see. This week, thanks, Jack. Appreciate you, brother. He says, this next week's the game, right? And the win might not even matter as much as it just being how does he play. Well, and the win matters, but he has to come out and show us that he learned from the regression of week 2 on the things we all just talked about. And he can come out and get rid of the football, be on time, and make up for some of the things he doesn't have. Because if he can do that, Ryan, then go ahead. If he can do that, just like the run game opens stuff up, that then opens stuff up for when he does escape big plays.
Yeah. Well, and Tom, like, full transparency, I'll make one thing very clear, because I know people were, giving, I guess, us heat, more so you, but, you killing the kid. You've got to be hard on the kid, given you have them winning 11 games. People have to remember this. Tom's judging this team off of a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what he expected. So he's going to be harder on him than, for example, me. And nobody's like I would say I'm not as hard on him today. I'm not going to go as crazy. Not that you're going crazy, but it's that, I'll go back to before the season. I expected this first 6 weeks to be hell. I did. You know what I'm saying? Not that you did, not that Ralph didn't, but I expected, okay, I wasn't going to go crazy about a certain game, either high or low, until after the Raiders game. I want to see what all that is. And then if it's a lot of ups, it's a lot of downs, then okay. Well, then it's a growing football team with some good things and some things you got to work on or maybe replace. But
absolutely,
to anybody who says that they're happy about this, or, oh, we got to calm down, or, oh, this was your guy and now you're leaving him, nobody's saying bench him. Nobody's saying shoo-shoo train. Nobody's saying any of that.
Oh, yeah, 17 games.
Yeah.
Yes, that was it from day one.
I just think, in general, today hurts a little bit because of where you had this 49ers team on the ropes, right?
Yeah.
You had multiple times down the red zone to put the foot on their throat and put them away early, or at least have a lead early, and he didn't do that, right? Just silly play calls down there and not taking your points. So this one stings a little bit just because of where you had that team early on in the game. And your defense played phenomenal the first half. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen an Eagles defense play that great in the first half of football in quite some time.
For 6 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a defense that's played well for 6 quarters. And you know what a quarterback's best friend is? A defense that plays well. Simple as that. Yeah, they got to take the football away. They got to get home at the quarterback. Those things, okay? But they played extremely well for 6 quarters, right? If you take away the 97-yard drive, and the reason I take it away is should have never fucking happened. Me and you didn't talk about it. You kick the 3 or you put it in your quarterback's hands. But in that situation, if it's 3-0 football game, in that moment, you have to feel it and say, you know what? We're in a dogfight. Let's get the points on the board. Especially when I pay my kicker fucking $60 million, whatever stupid money it is.
Yeah.
Get points on the board. So that's my biggest takeaway on the reason this team lost is that changed everything. Because by watching football what's happening next, and what's happening next is a 97-yard drive up your ass.
The thing that pisses me off the most, and we talked about it on Monday, Tom, about not changing your expectations in week 2, because that's playing with fire. But if you come in and again, what have we been saying every week? Do your job. That's all you got to do. Not to sound like Bill Belichick and the Patriots, but that's if they did their job today, they win by 10 points. Not 5, not 4, not 10, not 7, 10. 10 points you win by easily. Just because it was there for you in the first half, and you could have just continued that going on. But whatever, that game's over. But if you win this game, you're now 2-0. You go into next week, you win that game, or at least say, for example, you lose, right? And you have a letdown. That's 2-1. That's a really good spot to be in with a team that there's a lot of limited expectations. You know what I'm saying? Okay, then you lose to the Bucs, 2-2. But you getting off to that solid stretch, winning the first 2 games, or maybe even 3, you set yourself up for the next 3 weeks to not have a game in hand, because there's no house money in the first. I don't even know if there's house money in the NFL, period, let alone in the first handful of weeks. But you know what I'm saying? You can afford a letdown loss, against the Panthers on the road, or against the Raiders, or getting smoked by 2 teams that are better than you in the Chiefs and the Bucs. You know what I'm saying? Now you're going into next week. Say, for example, Dallas wins here. Well, they're going to be 1-0. We're 1-0. Whoever wins that football game, you're going to have one team coming out of there 2-1, the other 1-2. And if we're sitting there with 1-2, now you're looking back to week 1. It's like, well, damn, what happened? You had an opportunity to change expectations one game at a time. You know what I'm saying? To where, okay, maybe you had them as a 7-win football team before the year. Then you start 3-0. Oh, maybe they could squeak to 8 or 9. Oh, Dallas starts 0-3, 1-2. Maybe you have 2 games in hand there. You have a tiebreaker, for example, especially since you beat them on the road. The next time you play them, they come here. You're setting yourself up. You're surviving.
It feels like such a tough loss to swallow because, it's a situation where you could be 2-0 and you gave it away in so many words, right? And that's where I'm going to stand with this football game. Now you can go make it up in week 3, and exactly like you said, right? You go beat Dallas in Dallas on Monday night. That's a statement win, especially when they're the favorite to win the division. So you can change perception real quick on a lot of different things, right? So I mean,
and let's get this really clear. If you win next week, because you and I were going back and forth on this the last couple of weeks, or at least the last week in particular, if they would have if they would have won this game today and they would have gone 2-0, I might have locked it that we would have lost or next week. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know what I'm saying, it just feels like a letdown game. Well, maybe you have your letdown game this week. You win against Dallas. You're sitting 2-1, and nobody's even talking about this game anymore.
Yep.
That's the biggest thing. I will ask you guys this, both you two and the fam, and maybe this is a stupid question because I roll my eyes when I see people on TV saying this. Given how frustrating this game was because of how close it was, would you have preferred it to not have been a close loss? And just chalk it up to, okay, the 49ers are better?
No, because it just shows me where I thought this team can be.
Okay.
Talent-wise, where they can be a 10-win team. But they can't give away games. The coaching's a big part of this, right? It's all a big part of it. So, the coach can lose you games and he can win you games, or he can just stay out of the way. Today, I literally put 95% of this blame on this football coach.
Yep. And
that's going to happen. And I'm not out on Nick yet either. You know what I mean?
No.
But this was just a bad little, I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that decision there. And I'm a dick out guy. Ask Manscaped. You know what I mean? I'm gonna clean you up. I'm gonna let your balls hang and get 20% off and free shipping with the code HUD at Manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tool for the job. But I'm a wheelbarrow guy. Put him in the wheelbarrow, Doug. Right? Wheel him around. I love going for on 4th down. But that's when you're actually moving it. Right? And you're doing whatever you want to a defense.
Well,
you weren't doing whatever you wanted to that defense.
Is this a trend now? Because we talk about trends all the time. You know what I'm saying? But, like, you have last week. And I hate to attach 2 separate games because it's a week-to-week league. But you have last week. You go for it on 4th down, what, twice, Ralphie? Tom?
Twice.
And you didn't convert on either of them last week?
No, and right, to your point, and some bad like play calls on those 4th downs. Like, not like, oh, okay, that was creative.
And then you don't learn off of that, okay? If you say, okay, well, it's a different situation, different game, you're not going to continue it. Fine, I'll bite on that just because it's early in the year. But then you dish it out again. You don't sense the pulse in the room and just say, okay, well, it's a close, gritty game. Just take the points while you're here, especially since you're getting the damn football on the other side of the half. I meant to say that earlier. Another reason why it made 0 sense.
Well, that's what I said earlier, too. I mean, you're getting the ball.
It'd be one thing if they were say, for example, they were getting the football and they were rushing. Again, you alluded to the Patriots.
Yeah, they had points on the board, too. Like, that would matter.
There was a dead offense for the 49ers. You're getting the ball back. At the least, unless you have Jake Elliott, Mr. $25 million man, missing a 25-yard field goal at the most, you're leading 6-0 at the least because, again, I'm not even talking about that field goal that should have been made if Andre Dillard literally just did this, just moved an inch, move a damn inch first-round pick. But I'll just leave that alone. So at least it should be a 9-0 lead. And then if your defense doesn't give up that awful drive at the end, again, it's a game of what ifs. But the point is, and this is why you came in firing, this is why I feel like I'm angrier now than I was in the game. It's because simple things. Simple things. Simple. They didn't give you anything crazy. Deebo Samuel didn't have 200 yards. George Kittle wasn't the unstoppable man.
No, I don't think the quarterback's good enough right now. I mean, that and the coaching. Like, you're gonna have to win by creative play calling. You're gonna have to win by taking the ball away on defense. You're gonna have to win by running the football well as a group, right? Like I'm talking about, you got to rush your quarterback combined. You got to rush 150 yard plus a game, right? I mean, you got to be able to do all those things to win, right? So that's it. That's it's simple as that. And if they can, right? If they can, then they're in great shape. But right now, it's their 2 games. One game they did, and one game they didn't, right? So,
yeah.
Who are they?
That's a good question. That's a good question, Tommy. Who are they?
Well, who's he? Who the fuck is he? I think I know Nick, and he's not going to be the smartest guy in the room. But whatever. Today he got in his own way. But who's the quarterback? Who is he?
Yeah.
Ralphie, do you know who he is?
No. And like you said, right before I get out of here, I hope this doesn't become a trend where it's every 4th down and you're thinking, all right, let's just go for it and not take the points. That's just my big thing. Like you said, Tommy, you take the points there, you get ball at a half, you're in a perfect spot, you're up 6-0 if you hold the 49ers at the end of the half, and then you can go tackle on another touchdown. You're up 13-0 in a blink of an eye. And then your defense right there was playing great in the first half, and hopefully they could hold up again in the second half for you. But
yeah, I agree with this comment too. I just don't know what to think of Miles Sanders. I mean, this is a guy. This is what I want to explain to people because this bothers me.
I'm pulling up his stats. I want to see what he had.
He
had like 55 rushing yards today, if I'm not mistaken.
13 carries. I think he averaged like 3-something a carry, right?
13 for 55, 4.2 yards a touch.
Okay, whatever. I just don't. This is a guy who talked about being an MVP of the league before last year. Put the ball on the turf a ton, but had some big explosive plays. I haven't even felt like I've seen an explosive play from him.
Definitely didn't see it today.
I don't know what to think of him. From day one, I just don't know what to think of him.
I know exactly what to think of him, Tom. He's inconsistent. This is why he's more built for a running back by committee type team. He's inconsistent. He's too inconsistent in the passing game. He has lapses to where he runs the freaking wrong route. When his quarterback expects one thing, he's doing another. Any wide open pass doesn't seem like he can do. Again, it's something he didn't do in week 1, which I gave him credit for. He didn't wait for his blockers, and you could say, oh, well, Brooks was out. He was doing it from the second he got in. And I know their rushing attack is better. I know it's the 49ers, rush defense. It's very good. Okay, Warner's very good. But he was rushing through the line again. It's not letting things – and I'm not telling you need to be doing the Le'Veon Bell tippy-toe act, but you know what I'm saying? Let the line show you the way. Stop trying to create your own holes. And Gamewell looked okay. I think people need to slow their roll a little bit about Gamewell too. Gamewell looked good. He looked good. He looked good last week.
He's whatever. I mean, I just don't. Again, I don't know. It's 2 different types of teams you saw in 2 weeks.
And I know why people grab on to Miles because he's the home run hitter. Because once every 4 weeks he'll have the 70-yard breakout run. But what are you doing in the middle of that? Dropping balls, not letting the line show you what to, you know what I'm saying? Just simple things. It's he's a home run hitter. Damn right. But where's the intangibles that you need from your guy at the running back position? Sure, I love how you have a home run hitter. But what else are you doing?
Yeah.
All right, fellas, I got to run.
Later,
you guys
Ralphie.
have a great Sunday.
You too, my brother.
Yeah, we'll try, Ralphie.
Yep.
I'll say this, and we'll get out of here soon.
Okay.
But Mr. Wing, I don't think the haters are out. I think if you're just in, I'm in a group text right now, and half saying he can't play. My one buddy's at the game and said, he said 2 deep touchdowns. He said Devontae Smith should have 2 TDs in the first half today. Unders threw 2 TDs, on deep balls, and he's right.
Yeah,
he's right. Talk about the physicality and the other things we talked about earlier on in the show, but They're balls that if a quarterback puts it out there, they're touchdowns. You let a guy go get it. We talked about the Jalen Reagor one was underthrown, right? So, I mean, you got to put balls out there, and right now, it doesn't look like he has the ability to do that. So, that's a fucking concern of mine. And that's not being a hater. That's being like, I don't know. I'm watching other quarterbacks all day long. Lead guys, put balls out there. So, it makes you wonder.
If anyone doesn't say they have concerns, and again, you can have concerns, but nobody's saying later, Red.
Oh, Red was a member.
Huh. I don't believe so.
Well.
He can be.
Yeah, become a member. Links right in the comment section. Go get in, win some money. Win some money, family. We're telling you, we're giving you money away, $9.99 a month. Giving you picks, daily fantasy advice. Go become a member. Check it out. Nate's giving you great fucking picks every weekend. Go follow him and win money. Become a member. Who wants to become a member right now? Get yourself in the wheel for the free jersey tomorrow. And get yourself in the wheel every Monday. Me and Ryan, we're going to spin the damn wheel. What's up, Keys? What are you saying? Wait until there's a weather game. You really see his arm deficiency. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, too. This is 90. It's 85 degrees. That's beautiful. It's slinging weather. Everybody should be slinging if you're an NFL quarterback in this weather. Hit the damn like button, fam. Hit subscribe wherever you're watching us at.
So I'll ask you, last question. If they lose, and listen, we have a week or over a week, which sucks, by the way. Like that extra day, I'm saying this on Wednesday. The worst thing about Monday Night Football is the extra day, but it's even worse when you're coming off of a loss because you're not feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Like 2-0, I could deal with the extra day, stress-free Sunday. You know what I mean? But now I get to Sunday, and now I'm going to start overthinking about, oh, this team looks good. Oh, are we not as good as this team? You know what I'm saying? So that's going to suck. I'm not going to be a good person at all this week. It's going to be horrible. I think the Ryder Cup's this weekend, so maybe I'll get by okay. That's beside the point. That's beside the point. If they lose, will you officially deduct wins?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Why are you so worried about what I'm going to do?
Well, because I can't deduct wins because they've shown me exactly what they are. They're up, they're down, they're 500.
Oh, they might be worse than 500 though.
Don't you start doing this. Don't do this to me.
Because then they're losing 2 in a row on games that they can win. And you're losing the Cowboys already? Like, then to me, you're not a division contender. I got them. You got to beat your division teams to be where I want you to be. A lot of mine's on want. A lot of mine's on want and pray. But I do think their roster on paper was good enough to compete for the division. Now that we'll play out, we're going to fucking find out. We're going to find out. I told you we're going to find everything we need to know Monday night. Everything. If they win the game, they're a tough team, and they're a team that can compete for the division and win it. If they lose, and depending on how they do it, oh, my goodness gracious.
We'll say they lose by a field goal. Last second.
I still got docked. I mean, I still got to say, okay, they're not as good as the Cowboys. They're, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough without watching it.
Yeah, it's tough. Because it's like, do we lose a 43-40 game? Because then we won't probably have any concerns about the offense. Then we're saying what the hell happened to the defense? Or are we losing a 21-20 game? And then it's like, okay, well, can we score some more points, please? So it's tough. I hear it.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, well, let me see if we lose, how would we lose? And then if we win, a win's a win. So you just, you're happy regardless on how it goes, especially a game like that.
Well, all right, this is my real last question because Troy brings up a good point. He says Brandon Graham being done kills us, and we talked about that.
Yeah, big time.
At this moment, are you more concerned about the quarterback going forward or the defense going forward because of Brandon Graham's injury?
Quarterback, because the defense still has enough pass rushers to get it done.
I agree.
Now, it's not ideal, right? It isn't ideal, but they have enough pass rushers to get it done.
Yep. I agree with that. I agree. You still have the capability, and I hate, oh my God.
Yep.
I mean, that's got to be the full 10, right?
You would think.
That's got to be roughing the kicker, not just illegal contact.
And guys, I just give you some gambling advice, and I've been okay, right? I haven't been bad. I was hot. The Tennessee one's not looking good, and the Eagles didn't look good this week. But I do like the Ravens tonight for some unknown reason. They're getting 3.5 at home. I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens, and the Chiefs are loaded. I get it. But I like the Ravens. This might be a field goal game. Get it at 3.5 before it goes anywhere. You know what I mean?
I agree with Tom, but I'm officially cold. I'll read you my 3, Tom. So I baited myself into this because I won big last week, so I used all the pennies that I got last week into this. So I had Devontae Smith to score and Eagles to win. That didn't happen.
No.
Potential $420 payout. That didn't happen.
No, why would it? Right?
No, of course. It was freaking like, oh my God, that seems easy. Easy. Devontae Smith to record 50 plus receiving yards. I don't think he had more than 30. I don't even know what he finished with. That obviously didn't happen. And then Zach Ertz
catches, yeah.
Zach Ertz. I felt like I was stealing money here. It was Zach Ertz to be the first touchdown scorer for the Eagles. $10 to win 130. That obviously didn't happen. So I might delete the app. I might delete the app, or just start listening to Nate. If I would have listened to Nate, I probably would have been better.
Yeah, if you listen to Nate and you're an ATD member like you are, you would have got good info. He won me money. But
16 yards. Jesus.
I already had so many things in. I didn't want to go too crazy because I put my stuff in before I watched his. But
so this week's on me. I didn't listen to Nate. That's on me.
Yeah, I mean, I still got Tennessee going.
Yeah, what's the score of that game?
Which one?
Tennessee.
17-6. Yeah, 17-6 Seahawks. I just put money on Tennessee on the money line to come back and win it because it's good value for $5. For $5, it wins you like 20 something. Why not? Because I won like $200 something in the casino, so just give me extra.
Oh, the slots.
Yeah, and then I had a bunch of free promos. I had a bunch of shit, so it really got me by. Where I'm up, I'm up like $80.
Let me see. I'm losing in fantasy too. I mean, this is brutal. Got to go 0-2 in fantasy. I might start doing Sixers. I might just start talking Sixers now. I might hop on the trade machine tonight, Tom.
Right, it's right here, baby.
Thank God. Like thank God. Like it's going to be back to what, October start. I say thank God. I have to deal with freaking 25 every day, so I'll reap that reward real quick. But it's like if things get real south for the Eagles, basketball.
Well, I mean, listen. I mean, basketball. I hate to say this too, because I hate for them to bring us back in ever.
Oh, don't you? They're going to hurt us again. They're going to hurt us again, Tom.
Philly's right in it. It's a big one tonight, baby. This is huge tonight.
They have the opportunity to bring me back. They could save my entire day. I don't care if I lose in fantasy. I know the Eagles already lost all my bets. If they win today, I might actually be happy for 5 minutes.
Yo, if they win today, I'm back in.
And the Braves are playing tonight too, right?
I think the Braves already have to be playing
right now. Gabe. Come on, Gabe.
All right, they're nothing. Bottom 6. Come on, Gabe. Come on, Gabe.
Just don't take out the starter, Gabe. Don't do what you did here.
I just love for the Giants to squeak one out here. Squeak one out on them. Oh my God! If they can squeak one out on them, then the pressure isn't as much on us, and it'd be great to sweep the Mets, and then because you really just knock them out of their whole mix, right? And then the wild card's still in the conversation too. I mean, you have a lot of opportunities here, a lot of opportunities to squeak their way through. Yeah, we're gonna find out a lot about the Flyers, Ted too, moving forward. I mean, we got everything coming around. Jinx, good bet on the Raiders. The Raiders to me was a sneaky good play today too. Yeah. I took them, but Philly's in a big one tonight. What, could they go for 5 in a row? They win tonight.
I think so. It sounds right. Sounds right.
Let me check where they're at here. Are you kidding me? Why did they just do that to me?
No, I said it on
5 in a row. They win tonight.
I said it on Wednesday. I'm looking forward.
Game out, Ryan. Game out. So
Listen, I would love for them to pull me back in and then break my heart in that
How
final.
do they not pull you back in if the Braves lose and they win tonight? They got to pull you in because now they're tied for the lead.
Well, we said this. I said this a couple Wednesdays ago. I promised to myself and everyone, I would not declare myself back until we touched first place again. So if they win tonight, you know what I'm saying?
That's a touch. That's a touchy.
Yeah, we might be there for 30 seconds, but I can't wait until they break my heart in Florida at the beginning of October. I look forward to that.
Jesse, yeah, I mean, it's all in Carter Hart, right? And I would also, trade every first round pick for Justin Herbert. Absolutely. Sonia says California love. We appreciate you from California. We appreciate everybody chiming in today and tonight. It's a get it off your chest. Molly, can't wait to see you next week, baby. This week coming up, we got your boys. It's going to be a lot to talk about. You better hope you don't lose this game right here. And Ted, we better not lose tonight. We got to figure out a way to win a baseball game tonight. This is a big one. I almost forgot they were on for a second. I'm like, oh shit, we got them on tonight.
Who do we got on the mound? We got
Kyle Gibson.
All right.
Kyle Gibson, I believe Rich Hill.
Okay.
Rich Hill.
Okay.
Fucking smoke Rich Hill around, please.
Please.
Rich Hill will probably deal tonight. Our lineup: Freddie Galvis, Gene Segura, Harper, Raul Muto, McCutchen, Vierling, Torreyes, Knapp, Kyle Gibson.
That's a great sign that McCutchen's playing today because we thought for a couple of seconds, we thought the knee, when he slid for that ball in the outfield, I thought he had the knee injury and he was just shaking up a little bit. Awesome sign that he's playing.
Awesome sign. We need, it'd be a great time for JT Realmuto to get hot. That's all I'm going to say. There couldn't be a better time for JT to get scorching hot than right this minute. Like paging JT Realmuto.
You mean the best first baseman in baseball? Oh, I mean catcher?
Yeah.
Fraud. Great guy. Fraud.
Balloons caught a touchdown.
Oh, Titans are back.
They don't have any games for tonight. That's weird.
National televised game, right, Tom? For Phil.
Yeah.
Bob, one of our members, he says, "Hey fellas, I'm way late. What's your thought on all the penalties?" Listen, I don't think Tom and I are ever going to be in a situation where we blame refs, and we're not doing that. But some of the calls in the fourth quarter are absolutely horrendous.
Listen, it's not. Yeah, refs aren't going to lose you games, whatever on all that. But they definitely didn't help. But a lot of that's on us.
Yep.
I mean, you're undisciplined. That goes on your football coach, no matter if you love them or hate them. They're the reasons why I put this loss. Another reason why I put this loss on Nick Sirianni. It's just simple as that. You know, your football team has to be under control. Your football team has to be smart. It's the little things. Like when I talk about coaching baseball with my boys, right? It's always the little things, right? Because we lost today 7-6. Well, the first two games on Friday night, we played good defense. We didn't make errors, right? We did the little things right. Well, today we made 3 or 4 errors that we need to make those plays because those runs scored. There's a difference of you advancing and not advancing. Same thing in the National Football League. Penalties, all them things hurt you. They hurt you. So you got to clean those things up as a football team.
Yeah, and Kenzel, we'll see. He says, Tom, I'm glad you're keeping it real about Jalen Hurts. He's not that great of a quarterback. He's good, but not great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we know what he is. So it's just, you know, can he prove people wrong? I mean, that's the biggest question mark. Week 1, he proved people wrong. Week 2, he's back in what people thought he was.
Clean slate now. Back to square one.
Yeah, so now you got to show me in week 3 in a big game.
Get in there. Damn.
God damn it.
You watch. That'll be. It should be on the defense based off of how quick that defender got around there.
Dennis, you know,
can't
right now. Not without BG for the year. Eagle Slayer, they might be 5-12, brother. Because if he can't throw the football, they're 5-12. If he can throw the football, you can talk about a 10-11 win team. But if he can't throw the football and isn't confident, then we're in trouble.
On the offense. Face mask? How low do you get a face mask call on a friggin' kick, Tom?
Oh, it's a fucking joke. It really is. I mean, this is.
How low do you get a face mask call on a kick?
I'd rather get a face mask than not block anybody.
I mean, that guy wasn't even covered.
Right? I'd rather get a face mask than not even block a guy.
Go Phils. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, go Phils. We got Sixers coming up. And listen, we got it's Cowboy week. It's a big week. This season's early. It's one loss. One loss doesn't dictate your whole season. But we need Monday night is a show me on a lot of different factors. Okay? A lot of different factors. That's what Monday night becomes next week. So we're going to find out who these guys are.
Programming question for you, Tom. For our member wheel tomorrow. Do the members that join the wheel have to be watching to qualify? Because we got a lot of members.
No.
I don't know. Okay.
They don't have to be watching. We spin the wheel, we announce it, and we just keep telling them, and then they can send me their address, and I'll ship it out to them.
Okay. There you go, fam. Spin the wheel tomorrow.
What up, Dales?
Hi, Dale.
Keys, he might be Tyrod Taylor. Maybe even worse. But I don't know. Like I said, I mean, you can say something now, and that can change on Monday.
Yes.
No,
he sucked today. Everybody sucked today.
Yeah, everybody but our defense. I thought our defense played well for the most part. You know, I thought they gave you a good to start the season. I would say 7 damn good quarters out of 8. Right? RD?
Yeah,
I would say that.
And our offensive line did pretty well. They weren't a big issue.
No, if we can start taking the ball away, it becomes an even better defense.
Yeah, that trend has to stop immediately. Finding ways not to turn over the football.
Yeah, let's get the football. You know, that's the big thing. Let's get the football.
Yeah, Daly, good news. It's only week 2. Unless this is what we have, and we have another 15 weeks of this.
Well, that's I think that's the big question we all have. Hopefully they come out and they beat a team that they are capable of beating in a big game, and that will tell us a lot about the rest of the season. If they lose, it's probably going to tell us a lot too, because this is an electric offense you're going up, and he's going.
Oh my God!
No, he's not going. Oh, he flipped it.
Stop it!
No, he didn't get in. Wow.
Key says, "You guys feel like my lot has solidified himself."
Yeah.
2 weeks, yeah.
He's getting there.
Definitely better than the other guy.
Yeah,
definitely better than the other guy.
Listen, it's good value. All right, but we have a lot of good value. I'm fine with Mata as long as I don't hear his name. Right? It's one of those deals.
I have more questions about the Sweat extension than the Mailata extension.
Yeah, well, now the Sweat extension looks good because who knows what BG is going to be.
We'll find out real quick if that was a good investment.
But I mean, there's still things to be hopeful for because it's not like the season's over. Monday becomes, what are you, a playoff team or a team looking at picks?
Hey, Pete, let's not be divisive now, Pete. Come on now. Don't do the told you so's. Come on now, Pete. We got to stick together now. I hear
No, of course you need to see more. 17 games, Pete.
Come on now, Pete.
But the other side is 100% correct, too, because,
yes,
this loss is on Nick Sirianni. And it trickles down to Jalen Hurts. The two most important pieces to a football team, a quarterback and a head coach, get the most criticism, and especially in this city. So if you don't have criticism for them 2 guys today, wow, you're Kool-Aid up. That's all. You're Kool-Aid up. But there's big-time fucking criticism when it comes to Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni today. And it's mostly on Nick. But Jalen showed some things that are like, okay, can you play at this level?
The coach's lack of a game plan or poor game plan affected the quarterback, and Jalen Hurts was not good enough to overcome that. Bottom line.
Now, if he comes out and has an Atlanta-type game Monday night and they win, Pete, then it's like, oh, told you so, but he can still make plays in this league, right? Still help you win football games in this league. That's what I need to say. That's the most important thing to like say, okay, I can build a roster around him, or I got to use one of my first round picks next year on a quarterback. Simple as that, guys. This is where we're at. It's rent's due. Rent's due, Jalen. So what's your rent going to be like this week?
I agree with that, Pete. Yes. Completely agree. 2020 Eagles-esque was the play calling after the Watkins catch.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Nick Sirianni so far. Like, nothing Nick Sirianni's done really been like, oh my God, Nick's such a great head coach.
Like I said,
I'm more impressed Jalen week 1 than I was Nick.
Yeah, just because if you would have found a way to lose that game, I mean, you could have been fired on the spot just because they gave you so much. It's like I said, if I had heard, the people on the dial saying, Doug Peterson was never as good as Nick Sirianni. If I had heard that before we did our predictions on Monday and Wednesday, like as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh my God, are we doing this already? Like, are we doing that?
Guarantee a loss when.
Yes.
Starter Minshew, they could be a playoff team. Does it look like that after today's loss? No. Because I'm big time concerned about this offense being able to make plays like we thought they would. But it really comes down to like, okay, the play calling is one thing, but it's about your quarterback getting the ball out of his fucking hands and trusting the play call. And what I'm seeing is a combo of bad play calling and a quarterback that can't make up for it.
I'll give a week 2 slight overreaction, some people could say. Zach Ertz, done. Now, if he has 2 touchdowns next game, I will completely look like an idiot for saying that.
Or is the quarterback just not good enough?
Well, I mean, you hear all camp in preseason, oh, he's using Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. Oh, they're his best friends. Oh, I mean, both of the tight ends were invisible except for that one tight end screen little trickery play that you see once a game. Zach Ertz has been nowhere to be found. And he's got the hamstring.
Yeah.
So for everyone saying, oh, they're just putting him out on the field to ship him in 2 weeks, I don't think anybody's lining up for Zach Ertz right now.
No, I mean, I wouldn't be, right? I want to be lining up for him.
Nope.
But listen, I mean, a lot of football left, right? We talked about that. We'll be on tomorrow night. And then the guys on the Sports Hounds and then the boys on the Flight Zone. So you're going to get plenty of Eagles talk tomorrow and more coverage. And Monday night, we'll give you live reactions with probably 8 to 10 guys enjoying ourselves. And hopefully we're enjoying ourselves over a win because I can see the other way of it.
It's going to be a war zone, that stream. That's going to be a friggin' war zone.
Right? If they can figure out a way to win a football game, this whole season on people's perspective is going to be a lot different.
It's like playoff game atmosphere.
It is.
September. I love it.
Listen, it's a must-win game. 1, to get the bad taste out of your mouth, but 2, if you want to compete for a division, which everybody sets their goals for, right? And division that's weaker, you got to go figure out a way to beat Dallas.
Well,
that's not going to be easy because they're going to score.
If you lose Monday, you're staring 1-4 in the face, maybe 1-5, staring at it.
Seattle scored again, 24-9. That bet looks good. As soon as Tennessee scored, they go right to the field score on. Titans might be 0-2.
Well, Cardinals came all the way back.
Yeah, expect that against Minnesota.
Yeah, I might be wrong about Cardinals. I might be wrong. I might have to retract everything I ever said about Arizona.
Right.
Oh, Kyler Murray hit a wall. Cliff Kingsbury's going to get fired. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll sit that one out.
You can stop in for a little bit, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure. All right, fam. I told you. I like the Ravens tonight for some unknown reason. So get your bets in. Get your bets in. Well, $10 to win $27. Why not?
I deleted my app, so
you're out.
I pulled the chute, Tom. I pulled the parachute.
Kyle, we don't agree often, but that's 100% spot on.
Yeah.
I told you it's a 5% Jalen, it's a 95% Nick Sirianni. He was a fucking issue today. No feel for the football game. No feel for it's a 3-0 game. Take the points, right? I'm going backwards on that possession anyway. Take the points. Go in the half up 6-0. Feel better about yourself. You don't get that fourth down, you know what's going to happen. I don't care if you have the best defense in football. You know what happens next. Why does everybody keep saying Jordan Howard? He's not playing, Andre.
He wants Jordan Howard to replace
Who?
Miles, I guess.
I don't care. I just want somebody to run the ball fucking hard. If he'll run the ball hard, sure.
I'm surprised people aren't calling for Boston Scott. I'm surprised that we haven't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah, Giants aren't here yet, right? Give it time.
Yeah, we gotta wait until December.
Yeah, they bring him out of the plastic wrap,
Cryogenic chamber.
Yeah, bubble wrapped in a hypergenic. But great show. Ton of fun. Want to thank our doc, who brings us every Sunday's Agree to Disagree, even though the boys aren't going. We're not going on tonight, but Will stopped in. This was like a little makeup.
Flu game.
Flugate, Jordan. But go check out our doc. Make them yours. Dr. Paul Vidal and his team over at SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com, Burlington, Cherry Hill locations. Find them on the web, SpecializedPhysicalTherapy.com. Also, we got a lot of things to talk about. Body Check Wellness. You can use promo code A2D for 25% off all your CBD needs and other stuff too. Like I take the Clarity and Focus, Enhanced Mushroom Plus. Oh, it's the best. I'm telling you guys, go use the promo code. Get 25% off. And then you already know about Manscaped. You get 20% off and free shipping with the code A2D at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence. Always use the right tools for the job. Head to toe, taken care of. Go take care of yourself. Didn't get any new members tonight, but that's completely fine. The link's still pinned there. All right. Or $9.99 a month. You know what you get. You know what you get by now. If you haven't heard, you're getting picks from Nate, Money Pop Podcast, and Willie Vegas Daily Fantasy. Drawings for the spin wheel every Monday for jersey giveaways. 20% off A2D gear. 20% off all campus. The list goes on. And our station sponsor, FanUp, and their Flex Ball contest is incredible. Make sure you sign up before. Well, it was, we say rate. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. Here's the right one. They're still the best. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports. Daily NFL contests and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D, again, for 5,000 bonus points, which is a $50 value. FanUp.app or at the Apple Store. Go download it. FanUp is what it's called. I love it. You can come challenge me, TRKnown8318. Come get me. Come see me. Come see me. I did 5 lineups today. So it's just daily lineups. It's the best. And there's so much more that I just haven't even got into yet. But I just like doing, me personally, I love the lineups. But you can still get in the season long entry. There's so many things. Go get it. Go get it. Go download the app.
You know what you just did, Tom? You did something that Nick Sirianni didn't do all day. You just made an adjustment on the fly.
Yeah.
You made an adjopment.
Oh,
Gotta give yourself credit.
We know he could take notes. You know what I mean? I think we all hoped it. Got
nothing but hope. Nothing but hope.
Why is this?
Was somebody else heard now?
No, I just wonder why. Wonder why my lineups didn't save. That's weird. I can still enter, guys.
Maybe Nick got in there. Maybe he changed it on you.
Right? Definitely.
Maybe that's Nick. Maybe that's what Nick was doing on that fourth down call. He was worried about getting into your account.
And he got in all right. Yeah, so we'll get into it tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. A little afternoon after. Morning after.
Listen, we're gonna have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we'll see if this was truly overreaction Sunday or if we still have the same feeling. Who knows? I can wake up tomorrow feeling delicious. I doubt it. But who knows?
No, you don't know.
And we will have the big thing too. We will have full updates on Brandon Brooks tomorrow. We will know the status of Brandon Brooks.
Okay, that's big. Well, that's gonna be big news. You
Yes.
know, we're hoping for health. Hoping for health.
Hoping for something.
Can't have both. Like I said, can't have both of these guys.
Nope.
Can't have both of them gone for a year. So we'll do no prayer service. That's Ryan Brodo. I'm Tom Arnone. Jake Friel was with us for a little bit. Brian Wilson and Ralphie D stopped in. But we'll see you guys all tomorrow on Monday morning quarterback here at 5 o'clock. A2D. Turn your damn alerts on. Hit the subscribe. Make sure you're following because it's not just us. We got tons of shows. We're going to have 3 for you tomorrow night. So got everything for everybody from MMA, hockey, everything, guys, everything. Tell your friend to tell a motherfucking friend, and we win you money. Become a member if you're not. Trust the process. As always, fly Eagles fly. Fucking tough one. I would put the meter at a 10. We're out.